I'm Frankie McDonald, and you're watching SimpCast, starring Chrissie Mayr.
Hey everybody, I'm going to address the issue. I did not start the fires at all. People start rumors about Franco started fires. It wasn't true at all. I didn't start fires at all. I don't start fires at all with Franco.
Sally ride, heavy metal suicide.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Stock up on emergency clams, just 79 cents a can. And on your way out, try your luck at our new arcade machine.
Buddy, Daddy, now. You worry of them. Don't cut over your dress, too. No.
Wow, this stereotype is true. You really just will eat anything.
It really does.
Level.
Oh my god.
Not, yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of like to like if I'm like it's like Emily like I and I'm like I think
to him, I'm like,
just I feel like sort of like windfall like the kind of like a ring
and you like I've known,
been like maybe like a lifetime.
it's like a lifetime.
Or, like I was like you've known
And like, it's like a
I
girl.
was like oh my god like so like
Yeah.
like I it's like you on like to like not oh my god
Like that.
I was like and I'm like because I'm like that I was like it's like when I was like not like and like and I was like if you were like people like me like you're like oh I like those little I like or you're like and like
When you're like, oh, I'm like I do this, like, oh, like,
out of like I'll get like it's like people like it's like I do like I'm like people like
people, like,
The best podcaster in the world, Chrissie Mayr.
One of the reasons why people don't typically let me drink coffee. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because now my husband has to deal with me all the way home and we still have another 3.5 hours left.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
One of the reasons why people
This is a comedian who's famous in her own right, born in Rockville Center, Long Island. A fellow Islander. I remember taking the train home from Howard Stern and NYU, and you always knew you were getting close to Massapequa when you hear Rockville Center. Rockville Center is the next stop, and then you go down the line, but at least you know you're out of the city. She hosts a show called The Wet Spot on Compound Media. She recently just got married, and I want to congratulate her right here in person, if you will, or through this stream. And I wish her well, ladies and gentlemen, the queen of the Dabbleverse, the first lady in dabbling, the real architect of Dabblers Anonymous, without even trying. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chrissie Mayr to the show.
Oh my God, John, what an introduction.
Oh boy, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thank you, Stuttering John. Welcome to SimpCast. Welcome to SimpCast. It is Sunday, August 20th. I literally just blew in the door from the beach. We spent a few days at Ocean City, Maryland. So if I'm sunburnt and gay, that's why. But I'm so happy to be back with all of you fine people here. We stopped for dinner at a friend's house. I drank about a bottle of wine. Let me just make sure my settings are not gay.
Hello. Does that sound better? Just checking. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Let me, before I bring on our beautiful and talented panel of ladies to talk about the pressing issues of the day, let me bring about my calendar. Yes, that's right. I will be in Los Angeles, Friday, September 8th and 9th, headlining at the Pineapple Hill Saloon with my girlies, Keanu Thompson and Lila Hart. They will be joining me. Then we're doing a comedy fundraiser to benefit Yorktown Diamond Thistle Lodge, Saturday, September 23rd. That's in Mayapack, New York. Come see myself, Gino Bisconti, and Anthony Cumia at that show. Tickets are flying for this event. Don't be sold out. Get your tickets now if you're in the New York, Westchester, Putnam area. Then I'm back in Long Island at Brokerage Comedy Club, October 27th and 28th. God, I am kind of drunk. Brokerage Comedy Club, gonna be fun. Then I'm back in Tampa, the threesome capital of the world, Sunday, December 3rd at Side Splitters. Get your tickets now. Nice early 7 o'clock show on the Sunday, December 3rd. Then I'm back in San Diego, not March. These dates for the Mic Drop Comedy Club have been moved to January. I'll be in San Diego in January now, January 5th and 6th. So I will have to update my calendar accordingly. But my San Diego people, just beware that I will be there 2 months earlier, January 5th and 6th. Get your tickets now, ChrissieMayr.com. We're working on more dates. We're working on big things here, big projects, things that I want to talk about, but I can't because it's not happening. And you know what I mean? You know, when you have a little nugget of a thing, a little nugget of an idea, and you're like, no, don't talk about it now. Wait till it grows into a tree of nuggets. You know the thing. Wow. I am drunk. I've been trying to hold it together. We stopped at a friend's house for dinner in Pennsylvania, and I drank an entire bottle of wine by myself because I'm not one to waste. But thank God I'm sitting down. I was not driving. Don't worry. But here we are, about to start SimpCast. So happy you all are here. We've got so much to talk about. And with me tonight are some of my very favorite ladies on the planet. We got Carmen Studer. We got Tugs. We got LeeAnn Starr up in this. Oh, ladies.
Wow.
Let's see, what about this?
Is that applause?
That is applause. This is a sound machine. This is like a $2 Someone
I
sent
thought
it
that
to
was a
me.
mayonnaise jar sound.
This
is that someone
to
fucking?
me is more user friendly and less intimidating than setting up a whole
Like
soundboard.
the whole stream deck that
I
literally
will use
terrifies
this
me.
until this dies. I
like
will
it.
not. I will not put new batteries in it. I will throw it away, and then I will figure out.
Okay, I can
want
hear that.
one. Where did you get that? Was it the dollar
I think
store?
Hunter. I think my favorite fan Hunter. He's the one who sends me the most things. He sent me this desk bunny. It's a bunny with scissors for ears.
Oh, that's cute.
That is so
And without the ears, it just looks like a man.
Yeah.
A man holding a carrot.
That's pretty typical,
Holy
actually.
shit, guys. I'm so happy to see you guys. I felt, when I don't know if this happens to any of you guys, when you go on vacation or go away, you feel a little bit like, oh, I miss the internet. I miss my people. I miss my streaming. Like you want to have a vacation and get away, but then you're like, oh God, what's happening?
You feel like you miss all your online friends.
I do. I miss my online friends. Carmen, what's new in your world?
I don't know. I love your intro though. There's so many things. That like button thing, I have thought about that so many times when I've been on my
like.
I look at it and I'm like, I can't even watch myself. I say like way too many times.
And it's not even your fault. It's because you're a female. It's in our DNA. Don't even beat yourself up about that.
Yes, I won't. And then I was cracking up at him calling it the Dabbleverse. I was like, that reminds me of Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the Chrissie's Mojo Dojo Casa
Titty House. I listened to Oliver Anthony, recently viral, Mr. Oliver Anthony, singer of North of Richmond, north of Richmond. God, I'm hammered. I just listened to a video of him like speaking out for the first time, and I was like, this man didn't say like once. Okay.
I feel like it's definitely a woman thing, but it's also if you watch the younger men, like Harry Styles and younger, that age, they say it a lot. So I don't know where the
men are
connection
feminized now. So
no,
maybe
they
it's
are. It's crazy. I actually made a video on how I could stop saying that. I was like, does anyone have any tricks? Because I have to cut it out of my videos. Do you know how long it takes to just cut like out? It's like a half of a second, and it's so annoying. But I say it a lot, and I can't stop. I tried.
It's like
if anyone has tricks,
of like time. Like,
does it have to do with not being sure of oneself, or does it have to do with being not confident to like put your ideas forward?
My brain moves faster than my mouth. So my life is like trying to.
It's because you're too smart. That's the thing.
It's really annoying though.
It's because we're not present. We're not like in the moment and thinking what we're saying. We're just like,
well, that stops tonight. We're all going to be present and in the moment and thinking about what we're about to say. LeeAnn, what's new in your world? What's new with your boobs?
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Not really. No. The same things I always do. Pretty much.
Well, it's good to see you. Hair is looking great. I in a panic, for some reason I Instagram messaged my hairstylist. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I get my hair to look like how you make it look? Like I think it was after I drank this bottle of wine. I was in the car, Frank was driving, and I was like, what am I doing wrong?
I suck at hair. I am not good at it at all. I cannot do any braids, and I hate it because I wish I could French braid my hair, but I can't do it. I tried. I'm not
I can French braid everybody else's hair. I can French braid everybody's hair except for my own.
Nobody should be in a French braid. Like that's you do a French braid after you shower, wash your hair, and you fall asleep in a French braid. If I showed up to this show in a French braid, you'd be like, what's wrong with you, Chrissy? Like you should be committed, because no one needs to see me with all of my hair away from my face in like a tight braid.
Yes, we do. Well, you can do a loose French braid. You don't have to do a tight one. As I'm fixing
loosey,
loosey. You can do a loose one, yeah.
like a.
I just wanted the pigtail ones where it's two, like the Dutch braid or whatever.
I would love to learn how to do that.
Me too. I tried. I can't do it.
I can figure it out. I've
But I
watched
have
like the
to
dumbest
charge.
TikTok videos where the girls are like, "This is lit in slow motion, literally how you do it," and my brain doesn't wrap
Me
around.
too. I can't. I watch so many. I can't do it. I give up. I'm like,
Doing what
fuck
we
this.
can, girls.
Awful.
Tugs, what's new? What's poppin'? How's Vegas?
Vegas is good. We supposedly have a hurricane coming, so I prepared myself with my little floaty drink so that way I don't lose
Oh,
it.
yes. Tell me about this hurricane. When is it coming? What is it named? What's going on?
It's called Hurricane Hillary. So RIP all of us.
Okay.
But
Wow.
so
It's gonna
far,
mysteriously kill everyone.
yeah, if I mysteriously disappear, it was not of my own volition.
Okay.
But I gotta tell you though, I'm disappointed. I'm gonna rate this hurricane a 0 out of 10 stars. Where we got like a declaration of emergency from our government people, and they were like, "Oh my god, declaration of emergency! The mountains closed. You can't go hiking. You can't do all these things." I have yet to see any rain. Like, it's cloudy, which is nice, and it's cool. We went from 115 to like 80 degrees, so that's nice. But I have no rain. I have no wind. I have no emergency, and I'm just 0 out of 10 stars. Hillary can do better, honestly.
Dang, Hillary.
I'm disappointed inland that far, you know.
I know. I'm just disappointed.
There's all these new hurricanes and fire hurricanes and things we don't know
Yeah,
about.
I'm like, can we get some drama? I got a declaration of emergency. I have 0 emergencies going on here. So me and my
So
little
you don't
floaty
feel
flamingo
you
are
don't
just
feel
chilling.
panicked by the new emergency. Just
Well,
like
how
I
long
don't
do you
feel
have like an emergency for? Like, how long is it? A day, 2 days?
Tomorrow. It started Thursday, and
Mm.
it goes through tomorrow at like midnight or something silly.
Damn, that's a really long time. They don't know where it is in that whole time frame.
Well, and the thing is the hurricane, at least from what I saw, never reached like we should be concerned status. Like it didn't. It's been a 2 this whole time. So I don't listen. I have friends in Florida. If they're like a 2 is like a spitter storm. So I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. And then we have between here in Mexico and California where it's supposed to hit like the hardest. We're supposed to get like the after whatever. I'm like, we have so much land and it's flat land. It's not exciting land. So the hurricane has nothing that it's going to build off of anyway. So really, we'll be lucky if we get any rain and 0 out of 10 stars. I expected way more from Hillary.
Yeah, you're
I
more
really
than
did.
likely to get like a tornado if it's flat.
Yeah,
it's so true.
I'll take that too. That's fine as long as it's over there. As long as it's over there.
Right. Is there a type of land that a tornado like gets more horny for? Like, do they
Desert?
prefer?
No.
I think it's like flat, isn't it? Like they like
prefer flat,
areas.
unlike men.
They love tornadoes. Love the flat desert, rocky. That is that where I live, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah,
Tugs, you don't feel lured in by the siren song of the casino or anything like that? The lifestyle doesn't try to lure you in?
Not usually. Although I do like to go sit and people watch, which is my favorite.
Okay,
especially
good.
at like 2:00 in the morning. That's where the fun begins.
We went mini golfing in Ocean City, Maryland with my husband and my stepson. And there was a moment around hole 12 where I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but like there was uneven land and I don't know how you guys mini golf, if you guys go like one putter at a time or you go, you know, everyone putts once, everyone putts a second time, or if you just let the person go and finish out their hole and then the second and the third person. But anyway, so I was last because I'm a gracious person. And I did sort of a slow motion fall. It was a bit of an uneven land. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but as I was falling, like it took forever to fall. Like you ever fall and you're like, I know I'm gonna fall. Like this is happening. I've submitted to it.
I just fell off a horse and it was the longest experience of my life.
I don't know why. It was taking me fucking forever to hit the ground. And I was just like, here we go. And I'm slow motion. And as I'm falling, I'm wearing like a denim dress. So obviously there's a skirt involved. Of course I'm wearing underwear because I am a responsible stepmom. And as I'm falling, I know that both my legs are flying up into the air, separated, mind you, in the direction, pointing into the direction of my stepson. And of course, husband who's seen it all. But I feel horrible. I'm slow motion falling onto my back and rolling, and both my legs separated are pointing into the direction of my stepson. And I'm like, fuck. I feel so retarded and old and fucking stupid. And there's nothing you can do because just it's happening, you know?
You just gotta let it happen.
You just have to let it happen.
And hope you don't break
I'm
something.
falling with my purse and a coffee at the same time. You know what I mean? Like I'm rolling onto my purse. The coffee is falling onto me. And I hated it so much because there's nothing you can do. And I was like fully aware of the fall, and I hit the ground. I'm laughing hysterically. And then Frank is like, "Oh no, what happened?" I'm laughing. And then they both run over and they're like, "Okay, she's laughing. She's okay." I'm just cracking up because I'm like, I wish this was caught on film. I wish this was recorded. I wish somebody had their camera going to watch my stupid slow motion fall with my legs in the air.
You're
And
describing it like you're a turtle. That's just what I keep
I
picturing.
felt like a turtle, LeeAnn. And
You
next
just
to
rolled
me
on your
is
shell.
next to me is like a shitty mini golf pirate ship. You know, the kind of pirate ship that's been painted over 45 times. And there's
like
the most
colors.
there's the most shitty slow motion pirate, like what, you know what I mean, like animatronic with a painted over 45 times sword going, "Yarr, walk the plank." And then like a guy who, like, this guy was painted like in fucking blackface. You know what I mean? Like this was done many like decades ago before people thought about what was cool to do or not cool to do. And there's like a fucking super like blackface painted guy, like like gonna be walking the plank, and everything's painted over 100 times, and there's blue and green water squirting out all over this boat, and I'm just slowly falling almost into the 1-inch deep water next to the sign that says, "If your ball goes in the water, it's a 1-shot penalty." So that was my week.
Like, what if I go into water? Is that like 2 shot?
Yeah. Oh, I'm falling. My head was basically dipping into the water.
Oh my.
It was so sad. And then I get up. I twisted the fuck out of my ankle. Like it was sore for the last 3 days. And I go, "Am I old? Is that what's happening? Is this an old person thing, or can this happen to anybody still?"
I think it can happen to
My
anybody.
story was I literally weighed probably 105 pounds and was at the beach, went to the gas station to get something to drink, and walk out and take out the entire screen door that I didn't know was there. And like everyone's looking at me, and the guy that owned the place was so nice. He's like, "I've seen 200-pound men bounce off that. I don't know."
When you start, it's like, do you want to do mini golf indoors or you want to do it outdoors? And you're like, of course we're going to do it outdoors. Like we're here. It's a beach town. We have to go to the boat that's painted over 45 times. God, I love mini golf. I was winning the first half of it, and then somehow, I don't know. I think
It was the
need
fall.
to
The
demand a
fall got
recount.
you.
It was the fall. The fall screwed me up, and then Frank somehow cinched it. And I did get a hole in one on one of the holes.
Nice.
And what else happened?
That's what she said.
Also, it's kind of bullshit on the final hole. They go, if you get it in the treasure chest, you get a free game. But guess what? The treasure chest was literally held open by a golf ball stuck in the middle.
Right.
And so there was no way that you were going to get another ball into that treasure chest. So I was like, oh, this is obviously fucking bullshit. This is rigged. This is 2020 all over again. There's no way that anyone's gonna get this free game.
Treasure chest full of prizes. That reminds me of like when I grew up, my dentist as a kid had like a literal pirate treasure chest full of like, if you had a good appointment and you did good, you got like a lollipop, which I thought was hilarious because I'm like, I'm at the dentist. Why are you giving me a lollipop?
Sugar?
This mini golf was so fucking random. I have to post these videos because I took videos of like, of course, the pirates like, "Yarr, walk the plank," but then there was one hole that was like a house with a door randomly opening and shutting, which you had to, of course, putt it really quick before the door, swatted it away. But then up above was a window at the top of the house that would open, and then someone with a kiss mask would put their face. Obviously, it was one of these 45 times painted over faces, like a kiss mask face would be like, ah, and then go back.
That's probably terrifying.
Did you?
And I was like,
have you ever done the Kiss mini golf here in Vegas? We have a Kiss. It's a Kiss themed mini golf, and one of the things you have to do at one point is you have to hit the golf ball. It's a giant Gene Simmons face, and he's got the tongue.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
Golf ball into his mouth, like up the tongue and
up
into
the
his
tongue. That at least makes sense. This was a Kiss
And it's a
person for
black
no
light.
reason,
It's so
out of
fun.
nowhere. This was entirely pirate themed, and then out of nowhere, a Kiss head at the top of the building.
That's how the really shitty mini golfs are. Like, I go to a lot of them. I'll go to any of them because I like doing that.
love
And some
a
of them
shitty
are
mini
just
golf.
so weird and random.
They're so fun though.
There's like clowns at one and like a cow, like a
Oh, I
whole
don't do
farm set up, but then there's like clowns. It's just so weird. I don't know.
Then
They
there's
just put
ones
anything.
that are like wiggly squiggly, but all you have to do is just put it straight, and it's like, oh, just don't hit the some of these holes they really don't try.
No, and it's boring. Well, the straight ones are so boring.
They're insulting your intelligence with some
Yeah.
of these holes.
I like when there's like movement, like the windmill or something, or you have to like get it
Yes.
somewhere.
You gotta
know.
time it out, something like Indiana Jonesing in front of your hole.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite hole that I ever did was like you actually had to putt it and then it went through the
sounded
water.
bad.
Like it went
so bad. I was
through
like-
the water and then came out. And, like that was part of the deal.
Was that your bonus hole?
It was that used to be the bonus hole. That's what we would
That's
call
100%
bonus hole.
what she said all of the time.
Oh my god.
Every day.
Do you guys get like do you really focus up on mini golf or do you go, you know what? Let the kid win.
No.
How do you guys take it?
I don't care if I
YOLO.
win.
I
ever.
just hit the ball and see where it takes
Yeah.
me.
I quietly focus and I have to win. Like I have to just I go, oh, that's nice. We're all having fun. I'm gonna fucking get this in 2 strokes. You know what I mean? Like we're all having fun, but you know, you guys fuck around. Oh, shoot it into the water. That's fun. Guess what? I'm not doing that. Okay. I'm not trying to be a hero and have it, you know, jump into the thing. I'm gonna go clean and simple around the obstacle.
Yep.
And do a fucking par.
It's I don't golf is I like driving the golf cart and I like drinking on the golf course, but golf for me is like it's entirely too long.
Oh, I don't real golf. Fuck
in
that.
real golf, but
mini golf is fine.
I just
but-
kind of like I do it the way I do bowling, which is I just yeet the ball and see where it takes me, and that if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. If it doesn't, oh well.
My
not very good
favorite
at it.
favorite golfing memory of all time was a first date with my very first boyfriend, who was like, "Oh, I'm a golfer," and we were at the mini golf, and I think in Long Beach or something. And he goes to his car and he gets out his $100 putter. He goes, "No, I'm going to use my $100 putter," and I was like, "I'm going to use my $2 putter." Oh, he made it a point to go out to his car and get his putter.
That's like the people who bring their clubs.
And then
to
I
Tampa.
still kicked his ass. Brian
Was he mad?
Lemster.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
Brian Lemster was irate, but it's fine because he ended up leaving me for his, college
A girl that
sweetheart.
let him win
Broke his
golf.
heart. You
Yes.
beat his heart. That's like the people that show up to Top Golf with like their $300 golf clubs. I'm like, it's Top Golf. Like, there's a net here so we all don't fall and die. Like, what are you doing?
What is Top Golf just mini golf with drinks?
No.
Yeah, pretty much. I love Top Golf.
It's more like a driving range.
It's a driving range, but there's a pool. Well, the one here in Vegas has a pool and lots of alcohol. And you can play Angry Birds, which is a lot of fun.
Okay.
Angry Birds. It's random.
Here in Texas.
It's a setting on the Top Golf menu, so you can pick like, you know, how many players there are and how many points you got, blah, blah, blah. But they have like party games, and one of them is Angry Birds. So when you launch the golf ball, it like hits the tower. It's fun.
Is the point of Top Golf for men to flex, like for business meetings and dates?
Yeah.
Is that the point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Or like group stuff.
Although I haven't been there since it's been 100 degrees here. Oh my gosh, it's so hot.
I've never been there.
You're in
We have
Florida,
one,
right,
but-
Carmen?
No, I'm in Texas. I'm in Dallas.
Oh, yay, Texas. Can't wait.
So hot. But
we're going to be moving there next year, and I'm so
Really? You're
well, not to
moving?
Dallas, but yeah, we're moving to Texas. Yeah.
So, Tugs, I'm curious about the $1.2 billion sphere in Vegas. Like, what in the heck is it? Like, can you play
It's an eyesore is what it is. So it literally, like, if you took the Death Star off the bottom of it and like super glued it to the ground, that's what it looks like. It's made of I call it the Death Star. It's made of all screens, which has been really interesting because they've done a bunch of like different images, including an eyeball, which is basically like 1984.
I think I've seen that.
Creepy. And then somebody, like, the Windows crashed. So at one point it said like, oh, Windows is broken. You know, that sad face that Windows does is broken. That was fun. But it's a theater. And it's specifically designed for, that's it. It's specifically designed for like concerts.
The moon's awesome, though.
Music. Yeah, it's like a music theater.
Yeah.
Auditorium
And I
thing.
saw that they had like truffs, spicy sauce coming up out of it. So it's also a hologram too. Is that?
Yeah, it projects. It's made out of screens. I believe it's made out of screens. And so that's all, like, if you were to put up like a wallpaper on your computer and it moves, it's kind of that kind of thing. So it projects all these screens. It's insulated as, I don't know how it works, but it's cool in theory. It calmed down a little once it opened, because it opened out of nowhere. This was 4th of July, and they just lit it up for no reason without any warning. It caused like 25 accidents.
Oh, God.
Because people were like, what is that?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That would be very distracting.
You would think they would take that into account, because it is very distracting, especially when you keep changing it and putting cool shit.
Yeah,
Like, I
so
don't know.
it's right there behind. If you've ever been to Vegas, you have the Venetian Hotel.
Okay.
It's right behind the Venetian, like Palazzo, went like right back there.
Yeah.
So you're on Spring Mountain, which is a big road anyway. People take that to go to work if you work at those casinos. Like, it's a huge road, and it just turned on, and everybody was like, what in the world? But it's Madison Square Garden, so it's a theater that's like meant for concerts and amplified sound and all that stuff. The inside of it, I'm sure, looks great, but the outside
Can you
of it,
go in it? Can you go in? Oh,
yeah.
I
There's
didn't know.
seating. There's like stadium
Wow.
seating. It goes all the way around.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
I call it the Death Star.
It's like her mini golf ball.
Yeah. Look,
No,
there's
it
the
does.
moon. I don't know.
Wait, did they make it?
I
the
don't
Death
like that
Star?
they're
Did they
trying to
project
convince
that?
people that the Earth is.
They have not made it the Death Star yet, but I hope
I'm
they do.
surprised
I'm
by
sure
that.
They listen. If they
Yeah,
know
I'm
the
surprised
people,
they
they'll
haven't
do it.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's been the moon, the eyeball, the moon and stuff. That's been kind of cool, because you're kind of like, oh, that's really neat. But they, you'll have to. I don't know if they'll have it in this article, but they had it. Yeah, the world, like, it's different colors. It spins like but they had an eyeball, and like the eyeball would like blink.
No,
Like,
that's
it's
not
fake,
okay.
too. It didn't look like a nice eyeball.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
I don't like
an
this.
eyesore. I don't like it, but
No, I don't like it. It's going to be used for evil reasons.
How much was that to build that shit?
$2 billion. That's
Holy shit, dude! Oh
took
my
him a few
God.
years. Yeah.
I don't know if it's like worth all that.
I don't
It's
think
just
so.
a round TV.
Oh,
There's
it's
the
an eyeball.
There
Oh,
it is.
God.
There's one of them.
Ew.
And it literally, so that one was like that one was
very
quick.
naughty.
The
Is that an
other
animal
one literally
eyeball?
like looked
Yeah, it's like an
around.
animal's eye.
Ugh,
Ew, it's like a dog's eye.
gross.
What in the hell?
Ew, it's juicy in the corner.
Not
I
my
don't
favorite.
like that.
Not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
Basketball, that seems fine.
That's
It's not my
gay.
favorite.
It is gay.
It's too much, and it's such an eyesore. Like, you can see it from the airplane. Like, it just, I don't know. I don't
Should
like
make it a titty though. They
Yeah,
won't.
they should make it a
But
titty.
they
Put a big
should.
old
I'm
nipple
honestly
on
waiting
the
for
top.
somebody to hack it and put like corn on it.
Oh,
I'm
please
waiting
do
for
that.
it.
Somebody, please do that. That's actually
waiting for it.
pretty. The clouds.
It's
That's
really
like the
pretty.
best one I've seen.
It
the
just,
cloud.
it's such an eyesore, and it's huge. It's
Someone
ginormous.
should put porn on there. That
Wow.
would be so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, this
There
is
would
weird.
definitely be crashes though.
It's just like a dumb screensaver.
Yeah,
It
pretty
is.
much. Yeah.
It's weird. It's just pointless. I mean, those ones are pretty, but I don't know, 2 billion pretty.
Yeah.
And like, how much power is that drawing? So like, as a citizen, like as a resident of Vegas, there's no way. Listen, there's no way we bring enough tourists or whatever in here anymore because of the
Taking up the
economy.
whole Hoover
We're
Dam,
paying for this,
probably.
like we're paying for it, and nobody asked for it. It's awful.
No. You're like,
Yeah, I
"Can you
don't
get the
know.
homeless off that fucking street?" No.
Yeah.
That looks like a fire hurricane. If you back it up a little bit, it looks like a fire
Hello, world.
Hello, world. No. Listen, this is how Terminator started. All right.
That's just gay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's extremely gay.
It's I mean, it's cool in concept. I fine, but it's supposed to fix. So like when you go to a concert and there's a lot of venues, I would say quite a bit of venues. We've all been to a concert where it sounds slightly terrible and you're like, God, the acoustics just aren't working because it's a flat surface, blah, blah. The sphere is supposed to be the answer to that. So it's going to be in the middle of it is the stage and like whatever. And then everybody's seats like go around it like in a sphere. And so because it's rounded shape, the theory, according to scientific studies that they did to justify the $2 billion price tag, it amplifies the sound better because it's carrying it rounded. And I don't know anything about, and they might be right. I don't know. But
I mean, has anyone had a concert there yet? Or
yeah, it hasn't opened yet officially.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
I don't remember who the first concert.
But it's been there for months.
Yeah, no, it's been, they turned it on for the first time July 4th of this year.
I hope Vanilla Ice is the first one that performs there.
I'm gonna Google it. I can't remember who it is.
Google it. I'm gonna get to a couple of supers. Hello, David Lowe. Thank God you're back. We all missed you here. Thank you, David. I know. It's
Wait,
like,
weren't you on last Sunday?
I was. We were live from the hotel in Texas. From Anime Matsuri, but we only went like a couple hours. Everyone was tired. We tried. We really tried. And then, it was me, Ashton, and Lila. And Ashton just got up and left in the middle of SimpCast. He just was like, I want to go hang out, basically. Go find the after party. And like, I had to just surmise that. I had to put that together because she just up and left, which is understandable. Because her flights got all fucked up. For some reason, like I'm like, I forget how old Ashton is. But she's young still. She's young enough to not know to never ever fly Frontier. So she had bought Frontier tickets and they had canceled and fucked her flights up. And I was like, oh, sweet child, no, never fly Frontier. Don't do that. So she ended up rescheduling her flights. She came out basically just for Saturday. But me and Lila left Saturday afternoon to go. It was an insane trip. It was like constantly back and forth. We left from Houston. We drove to Austin for the InfoWars American Liberty Awards. And that was basically when Ashton was getting into town in Austin. And then we were there for the awards and then drove back that night. We left at 12:30, drove back to Austin. I don't know if you guys have ever done like late night driving, but like I was so and thank God Lila was like, I'll stay up with you. I'm like, fine, you can nap. She's like, no, I'll stay up with you. I had the windows down. I'm slapping myself in the face, drinking coffee, and I found actually this is not a plug for Celsius. I found the Celsius drinks actually kept me awake better than the coffees. And we got back. We started driving 12:30. Got back 3:30. I'm slapping myself. We had the radio going. We're like not just singing but screaming at each other like Fergie songs.
Oh yeah,
Macy Gray like songs I haven't heard in like maybe 20 years, but I somehow like clicked in and knew all the lyrics to. Like I like that knew all the lyrics to the Macy Gray like I try to say goodbye and I choke. And I was like, I haven't even thought of this song in years, but I was able to recall all of the lyrics.
Jeez.
It's so crazy. Like I have in my brain, like in deep storage, song lyrics and cheerleading choreography from high school.
Yeah.
But what I can't seem to remember is like important names of people that I work with and want to work with and like
what you had for breakfast yesterday.
Oh my God. But I could do for you cheerleading like choreography from ninth grade. No fucking problem. But could I name everyone I've met like at Anime Matsuri? Hell no.
Nope. Okay,
So
I got it. Here we go. The Sphere is a performance venue seating 17,600 people, and the first concert will be U2 on September 29th.
Oh, great. They're the first in our fucking phones without asking, and they're the first in the goddamn Sphere in Vegas.
Who listens to them? Like,
no
who?
one. No
I
one.
don't know one person, and I know old people, and they don't like. I don't know who listens to them.
I want to know, everybody in the chat, what are your tips for staying awake during a long drive? Because
Chrissy, I literally had a boyfriend in high school that he was at Princeton, and we would drive back from Princeton into Chicago area, which is where I used to live. And he did the same thing. He was slapping himself. And I'm like, please stop. I can't sleep.
I literally pulled over.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Me trying to keep myself awake is ruining your nap.
I look back and I go, God, what a diva. I can't believe I did that.
And I'm not doing drugs, by the way, people in the chat who are suggesting drugs. I'm not a drug person.
I remember I used to take day trips to Disney. Living in Vegas, I would get up like at the crack of dawn and drive down there. It's like a 4.5 hour drive from here to Anaheim. So I would drive there, spend all day at Disney, ride all the rides, like on her feet, whatever, like Disney stuff, and then drive back that night because I had to work the next day. And it would be the middle of the night, and I'm like doing this. And there were times where I would like pull over and take like a 20-minute power nap, but I would roll the windows down and have the air just in my face, and that helped me keep awake. And like millennial, if you go, well, now they're called millennial playlists, but if you like pick a 90s playlist, you're just like,
yeah.
When I was like, I think 17, we would go so we lived in like northern Illinois, and it was 21 age for drinking, and in Wisconsin it was 18. So we would just cross the border and we'd go to the bars, and of course I was too young, but they didn't care back then. Like they would just like, they didn't card you or anything. And we would go drink for a few hours or whatever. And then we would drive back, and it would take like an hour. There was one time we're all asleep, literally asleep in the back. The driver started falling asleep, and it's like going over into the median. Thank God it's Chicago and it was flat. But it woke me up, and I was like, oh my God, screaming at the driver. And just wasn't our time. We had angels.
Wow. That's lucky. I have straight up, not because I was drunk, but tired. Who knows? Driving back from a comedy gig, driving back from like Uncle Vinny's in Jersey. Like I know I have straight off nodded off on the road. And it like, that was like, okay, God had me in his hands. Because like, you ever like, you're like, oh, I just woke up and I'm driving. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it was just for a second, my eyes closed, but it feels like forever.
Yeah.
That's bad.
That'll get your adrenaline going.
Bad.
It's a scary.
Or like you zone out. The falling asleep thing, I get where you're not off and you're like, oh my God, thank you, Lord Jesus. But what really gets me is when you're on autopilot, or you're so tired that you're kind of on autopilot. And like I used to work graveyard. I hated graveyard, but there were times
you feel like,
and I don't remember coming home. Like I literally do not remember getting in my car and driving home. And I'm like, somehow I made it in one piece. This is wild. Thank you, Jesus. Because
that's scary.
I don't remember even driving home. It's insane.
Thank God for autopilot.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I'll go, oh, automated cars. But we were in Austin and we saw an automated car stopping at the light. And guess what? The light turned green and the fucking automated car stayed there. And I had my camera on. I was recording it. I was like,
move a little bit, but it couldn't.
I was yelling at the car, by the way, with no driver in it. I was like, look at you. You think you're such hot shit? The light is green, you fucking asshole.
We had an automated car here in Vegas on Boulder Highway. I have to find the article. It was a few years ago when they were first becoming a thing. We had an automated car here. I don't know if it was a test run or what. I don't know. But it was on Boulder Highway here in Vegas. And it did not stop for the stoplight, and it killed like 2 people.
Oh my God.
It's not funny, but it killed.
I think that happened in a few places with those.
That's
crazy. Mm-mm. I
So
would
like,
not
I
trust that thing.
the other day about how she hates being on a walk, and it's like you can always hear if a car is coming, right? But like the electric vehicles, you
You
don't
can't hear them.
And she says it's the most unnerving thing when they come by.
Look at this. Look at this. Okay. When did I see this? This was August 13th. I
Is
said
it the
driverless
white car in the middle, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I said driverless cars, the future is here. And okay, I was a couple of beers in at this point. And I just because we were seeing these were all over Austin because we were in town for the American Liberty Awards.
Yeah.
These were everywhere. You
Listen,
saw one on every block.
Before you play the video, Austin also, and I know this because I have friends that live there and I go there religiously. Austin also started that whole electric scooter thing where you like rent the electric
the bird scooters.
Yeah, it lasted like 6 months before they yanked them because of stuff like this, because people would leave them in the road, they would get drunk and like drive them into stuff. It was bad. Anyway, so Austin's a mess. It was my point.
Austin's a mess. And behold, automated cars.
Ooh, this is an empty car right here. There's no driver. No driver. 2023. This car is waiting for a red light. Look, no driver.
And then it's stopped.
Look, it's so fucking stupid. It doesn't even know when it's time to go.
Was there somebody in the back?
Wait.
That's how dumb
Oh my
you are.
god.
Yeah. You know why you don't know how it's time to go? Because there's no one driving this fucking car. Wow.
That's so
I'm so
weird.
happy the future is here. And then we have driverless cars.
Look at everybody going around it. Is there anybody in the back? No.
Way to go.
Can you imagine if you
dude.
asked for
so
an Uber
angry.
and that's what you got? Like,
I would be
heck.
pissed. I would not get in that thing.
I would not get in a car that showed up with nobody driving.
Heck no.
I'm like, no, you're not gonna fucking Anne Hesh me, okay? You're not gonna take me out like that. Sorry.
So we have in Vegas, we have the Tesla tunnel, and it goes from the new casino Resorts World, which I love, by the way. Next time you come to Vegas, go to Resorts World. But anyway, it runs underneath it, and it goes from Resorts World to the convention center. And I thought they were all driverless cars, but they're not. So we took it. Me and my boyfriend took it one time. We are going to Cowboy Christmas last year in December, and the guy was driving the car, and I was like, okay, I gotta ask. I was like, I thought these were driverless. Like, wasn't that the point? And he goes, yeah, that was the point. He goes, however, the tunnel affects the electrical stuff, and they literally won't function.
The green
And I was like,
God.
oh, great. Hail Mary, mother full of grace, we're gonna die. But yeah,
crazy.
So, they won't
Wait,
run. Like, if there's a certain electrical interference, they won't run. They just won't.
They didn't think of that before they built it. Like they're not that smart to know that this is
That's
going to work.
exactly right, LeeAnn.
Like that is very weird.
All I'm gonna say, LeeAnn, is look at what Twitter has become X, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, that is. But wait, you were saying that those cars are so quiet, the electric ones?
You can't hear them. You literally cannot hear
Dude,
them.
this old lady busted out someone's window because her dog was in the car, but it was an electric car. And I was coming out and I seen her doing it, and I knew because I was parked by it. I was like, that is an electric car. Like it's like one of those eco cars, and it's very quiet. Like you could see the dog's fur blowing though from the AC. Like when I went into the store, and I'm coming out of the store, and this lady is breaking her car window, and I was like, I don't even want to stay for this. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like this lady is gonna beat your ass, dude, because the car was on. Like, what are you doing?
It's a problem.
Old people don't know about those.
You literally cannot hear them come up beside you. And like Amazon has them, you can't hear Amazon.
No,
we have a whole
it's
bunch
so
of them here in
crazy.
Vegas. You can't hear them come up behind you. Like
Your dog looks like a Muppet. It's like a stuffed animal.
It's
Waffles.
Oh, I miss you.
Waffles, is your dad Jim Henson? Did he make you?
Girl, I missed him so much. And we met up with our friends in PA, and they were like out in the boonies, and they had 3 dogs. So I wonder if Muffin and Waffles are smelling us like,
yeah,
3 other dogs on you. Like, what the fuck?
You cheated on me.
Yeah, they're like, they feel cheated on.
I'm like, who's this bitch?
Hi, Waffles. You can't hear me, but hi. I want to do pet waffles.
Oh wait, he kind of looks like Alf.
He kind of does. Now that you say that, yeah, but like a nice version of Elf.
I like to smell inside her ear. I don't know why. I missed them. I missed you. I got to the point where I was petting like random dogs on the beach. I was like, "Can I pet your dog?"
Austin has dogs everywhere. They're all over the place.
Oh, dog, a good girl. Let's see here. Oh, push-ups. Discussion topic. Why Chrissie is awesome. Oh, shucks. Thank you, push-ups. Jeremy David. Are Ant and Owen enemies now? The darkest timeline. I don't know about them. I don't know the latest drama there. Viking. Chrissie looking extra hot tonight. If anything, I'm looking extra burnt.
I would say it's the sunburn.
I am burnt. Oh, what's up, Elsid? Apparently everyone in California had information on Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, Vegas is good to go. The 0 out of 10 stars.
Lord Nelson, and if you think naming a destructive storm after a woman is sexist, you obviously have never seen the gals gabbing for items at a clearance sale.
Ooh, or at the wedding, what are the wedding sales where they put the dresses on like super clear? Oh my god.
Oh wow. Because David's bridal just got bought out, and like their like cocktail dresses are all like $20 and up right now.
Ooh, maybe I should go shopping.
It's pretty crazy. Oh, Clint Torres, utilizing the word like an uncomfortable amount is a symptom of limited vocabulary, fetal alcohol syndrome, and full breast. P.S. Show us y'all months. Okay, I don't know.
And that last part is just not true.
I don't know if that's Megan Vare, the pixie. I'm thinking of the slow-mo fall.
Hilarious.
It's awful.
Dude, it was so bad. As I'm doing it, you're like, there's nothing I can do. Am I fucking old, or am I a victim of circumstance?
Clearly circumstance.
I literally last week fell off. We went riding. We went and visited my boyfriend's sister got married, so we were like in Washington, and his dad's got like a ranch, and we're riding, and I literally fell off the horse. And
that's dangerous.
Like, is this how I die? Because I'm in my mid-30s. It's 50-50 at this point. Like, I might die. And it was just I'm just thinking of my life. It's awful.
You're like, am I gonna do a Christopher Reeves, or am I gonna live?
Yeah. Oh God, it was terrible. God bless.
Marcus Henry. Oh, Lauren Chen will be on the Whatever podcast tonight. Question: would you ladies ever go on the Whatever podcast? Interesting that you bring that up, Marcus, because I am going to LA in a couple of weeks. And I am in talks with the Whatever podcast. I don't know if I am confirmed. I have mixed feelings about going on. And I think it would be hilarious if I went on with Keanu and Lila, because we would just sort of take it over with our antics.
Oh my God, Lila would wreck everybody on that panel.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Love
and she would start off with "I hate dogs," and it would be
like, I'm gonna eat your dog.
Yeah.
Hello, boys. Yeah, I love her so much. She's so much fun. Like, we had our SimpCast panel at Anime Matsuri, and me and her are similar in that we're not really anime fans. We're not really comic book fans. We stick out like sore thumbs a little bit at these conventions. And she's going on and on about fucking adrenochrome at our panel. I'm like, Lila.
Love her.
She was funny. I love her so much.
I don't know anything about anime either. Nothing.
Me neither. I've watched Pokemon and I've watched Inuyasha, and that's all I got for you. I got nothing else.
I've seen I don't know. I just don't like it.
For you.
I like Family Guy.
Yeah, I can't. Yes, Family Guy. I love Family Guy.
Yeah, I watch that.
I
all
never
the
got
time.
into The Simpsons. I
Or
never got
Married
into
with Children.
South
That's
Park,
pretty much like what I watch.
Family Guy was my jam. I love Family Guy.
Well, and murder stuff. Like I watch all that.
Rescue
so.
911, and then Rescue 911 led into America's Most Wanted, which led into Forensic Files, which led into like I now listen to Crime Junkie podcast. Shout out to Ash and Britt. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I love Britt. It's great.
Wait, they said something about that. If you like watch that stuff to like unwind and it relaxes you, like you're fucked up or something, like you have like some undealt with
Also, don't
trauma.
mess
I'm like,
with
you
your-
think?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Listen,
shit.
here's my whole thing with that is like most of the people who listen to those podcasts on a regular basis and to fall asleep and to relax or whatever are women, and we already know how to get blood out of everything. So
Yeah.
I don't know why you're judging. Really,
I have
is
no
my point.
clue. I was like, I don't really know, but that's what I prefer watching. I don't know.
I love it. My boyfriend's like, are we listening to murder podcasts? I'm like, yes. Hi. Yes, we are. Yep.
I just
Yep.
watch ID channel. I don't really listen to podcasts that much. I just like watch ID.
I love ID.
channel.
I don't have cable anymore, but we'll watch like we have a Fire Stick that's hacked, so we'll like go through it that way. But Crime Junkie podcast, I like those girls a lot. They're best friends. They've been doing this for years, and they're great. So if you're looking for
I
a new
think I've
podcast,
heard of that one.
try that one. And they,
But I actually watch Evil Lives Here, and that one's actually good. Like these people were living with like serial killers and shit. Like it's their husbands, and they had no clue.
I could
like
not
it is
Ugh.
crazy.
How do you have no clue?
You know what book you should read and or listen to if you're an audiobook person. The Stranger Beside Me by Anne.
How
Rule?
fucking
Anne Rule?
stupid do you have to be to not know?
No, she
You have
worked
a
with Ted
killer
Bundy.
in
She
your
worked
house.
with Ted Bundy and was friends
Yeah.
with Ted Bundy and had no clue. It's called The Stranger Beside Me. Anne Rule, I think it was Anne Rule is her name. She read it or listen to it or both. Like it's so good. I was like, he used to
Well,
work.
Ted
for
Bundy's
a-
girlfriend has like a whole thing on Amazon. Like
Mhm.
she's like finally talking about it, and her daughter's on there and shit too.
Finally. Oh my
Mhm.
god, it's insane. It's
Yeah, it's
nuts. And you
crazy.
hear these from these perspectives of these women, and you're like, how did you not know? And she's like,
That I feel like
"This
you're
is a
trying
normal
to like
human."
cope for these women who like
Yeah.
you're trying to make excuses. Like, oh, it's okay. It's okay to know there's a fucking killer in your house.
They didn't
Oh,
know.
it's so hard to know someone.
Like the Long Island serial killer that they just caught, the Go-Go Beach.
Yeah.
She had well, supposedly she had no clue. I think she's lying, but that's a whole nother argument. But supposedly she had no clue and he lived like a double life. Ted Bundy had a double life like this. If you read The Stranger Beside Me,
You know what? If you're the type of man that can live a double life and kill people and then come home and like your wife has no clue, actually that probably makes you, you know what I mean? You're probably somebody who like vacuums your car. You probably like if you clip your toenails in your car, you're probably vacuuming that shit out every week. You're probably like sweeping up the hair in the bathroom. If you shave your pubes, you're probably cleaning that up. To be a serial killer, like you
Yes,
have
the
to
Green
be
River
on
Killer.
point with your cleaning, and you're probably spraying yourself. You're probably tidy and clean and showering a lot. Which
No, see
you're
that's not
probably
true though, because a
smelling
lot of them
good.
are truck drivers.
Usually what happens,
So-
usually, and LeeAnn will back me up on this because we're both here. But usually what happens is the husband has somewhere else. They have a barn, they have a storage unit, they have a second house, they have like land that'll
family.
make them money. Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's why
And
a lot of them are the truck drivers. They're long haul
Yes.
truckers, and they
Mhm.
can just dump shit everywhere. They're never
Yes.
home.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of truck drivers that are serial killers.
I
It's
wonder if
pretty
that was what my
crazy.
dad was. He was a truck driver. He was gone like 14, 16 hours a day. He's fucking always gone. That was
It's
My
my
best
dad's
friend's
default
dad was one
setting.
too forever, and I was like, he probably definitely talked to one because there are a lot. That's why I like want to go to truck stops and talk to these girls. They call them lot lizards. They're like the
Oh, yeah.
lowest
Spaceman
form of
Chris.
prostitute you can get, and I just like want to help them because you have to be at such a low point to do that.
Spaceman
Like those
Chris
guys
is a
are
trucker.
disgusting.
Tell us if you are capable of these.
it's a
unspeakable
50-50
things.
shot. Truckers are 50-50.
Yeah.
I kind of fantasize about being a trucker because it's like
Oh.
people leave you alone. You can,
Quiet.
like, how many podcasts can you listen to uninterrupted? How many audiobooks can you listen to uninterrupted? You can listen to all your stupid music without people like,
Plus
oh,
the CV
change that. I
radio.
don't like that. Yeah.
You would love the CV radio, Chrissy. You would love the CV radio. Like the old
Mm.
school, like Roger, trucker, blah, 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 here.
That sounds kind of
You
fun
would
and
love
free.
that.
Guess what? You can fart as much as you want. You can buy
Exactly.
whatever snacks you want. You can stop as much or as little as you want. But the downside is there's
Right.
nobody to like slap you awake when you're feeling like I'm gonna fall
Yeah.
asleep and die.
Mhm.
Wow.
Not all truck drivers though. So if you're a truck driver, don't. I mean, you might be a serial killer. I hope
That's why I
not.
said
But
50-50. That's why I said 50.
yeah, hopefully not.
My dad drove, he was a teamster for like movies and TV shows. So he drove those trucks that like you could sleep in the top
Mhm.
and there's like a bed or something. Like he would always show me like the trucks were always so cool. I'm like, you could have a whole fucking party in here. You know what I mean? Like I could have a separate family in here and we wouldn't even know.
No.
You know?
Well, this one dude got pulled over and he had a girl in his sleeper thing like chained up, and he had all these weird torture devices. And
Oh.
it's crazy as fuck, dude.
The poor version of Dorian Gray. Not Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
What was his name from that movie that God, Don Johnson's daughter was in it, Dakota Johnson.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
I forgot what his name was though. It just escaped.
I think you're right. Isn't it Gray? Dorian
It's
Gray? Is
something
it Dorian
Gray.
Gray?
Yeah.
Gray.
I think it's Christian Grey or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Christian. That's what it is. Christian. Yeah. Close. Yeah.
Dave
that's it.
Chandler, what's up, Dave? Evening, ladies. Tugs. Death Star is an awesome nickname. Next, they should make it a crystal ball showing live CCTV footage from all over Vegas.
Oh my God, they should. What happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's all over the cameras. We have them all,
It would
and
be
we
funny
record you.
if someone was trying to do like a sneaky drug deal, but it's like it's
Yeah, I know.
blasted and blown up on the Death Star, and they're like, "Oh shit, you're on candy." You're like, "You're all
That
everyone
would
can
be
see you."
amazing. I would support the Death Star if they did that. I really would.
I hope someone hacks it and puts like something ridiculous.
They
on
are.
There,
It's
honestly.
only a matter of time before
Like
somebody
memes
figures
Oh, I
it out.
can't wait.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's only a matter of
Someone
time.
do that.
Driving home after
I
a
always
night
thought
shift.
that cybersecurity was an oxymoron.
Once I fell asleep, felt like I just blinked, and when I opened my eyes, I was on the wrong side of the road. See, it can happen to anybody.
Oh no.
It's
It happens
scary.
to all of us.
It's like
Yeah,
you
I've been
think
there.
you're fine. You think you're fine, and then you drive into a curb, and you're like,
This is
"Oh,
why I
no."
believe in
I am not fine.
And then you're like, I'm an idiot. Dave Chandler, as cool as the Tesla is, I don't trust him. Same. Don't trust him.
No, I don't
want
trust him either. Heck no.
Don't like him.
Mm.
Oh,
I
I
don't
threw a
trust
fit.
them.
I threw a fit when I landed in Austin, picked up my rental car, and then I drove back and forth from Austin to Houston, like basically for a week. They tried to, and it was my bad because I picked I guess I rented my car on like kayak.com and I was just go for the cheapest, and I picked like dealer's choice or something, which was like, because I was like, I don't need a big car or a little car. It's just me and Lila and our bag. So I don't need, like, I could take a bigger car, I could take a little car. I'm not a size.
Lila fits in like a toddler's.
Lila fits in the compartment. Like she's got, a tiny little pouch of belongings. So I thought their choice meant like, oh, they could give me an SUV, they could give me a compact car. I don't care. But I get there, I go to pick up my car. He goes, "Oh, I'm giving you an electric car." And I was like,
No, I would be like, no.
the fucking phone. And I was
No.
already surly from traveling and dehydrated and like bitchy. And I was like, no. I was like, I am not. I'm like, sorry, I don't have time on this trip to be driving a new type of car. I don't have time to be learning a new car. I'm like, I don't have time to be looking up where to fucking charge a new car.
No.
I was like, give me a regular ass car.
Mm.
And he was sweet, and I was being a cunt, just fighting with him. And I was like, give me a regular car. And he's like, you picked dealer's choice. I'm like, I don't want that.
I want an electric truck.
No,
Like,
okay. So I have
I don't have
coworkers
fucking
that have like
electric car.
electric cars. They have like the Ford, the Mach E, and all that, whatever. And they're pretty and they come with a lot of bells and whistles. But here's the thing: they drove from here to like Los Angeles or Anaheim or San Diego, which is max a 5-hour drive, which is nothing comparatively, right? And one of my coworkers, my girl coworker, she was like, we were doing fine, and then because I guess the temperature, because it's hot, because it's summer, it like started flashing at her and it was like, you need to charge, and she couldn't find a charging station.
Oh my
So it was
scary.
she almost just like died in the middle. Well, okay, I'm being dramatic, but she almost just got stranded in the middle of the desert because her electric car was like, hey, so it's hot outside and we
Yeah.
can't make it to your destination and we need a charging station. Here's your closest charging stations. And they were awful except for one in like a crappy area in some BFE town in the middle
Yeah.
between here and California.
Go here,
You
charge
could
your car,
validly-
and get
No.
anally raped.
Nope.
I'm drinking
Yeah.
old
No,
water that's
thank
been on my
you.
desk for a month. I have no idea how
Nope.
old this water is.
The fact that you have to like, okay, I'm going to be driving from A to B and I have to map out my charging. No.
Mm-mm. I would not trust that on a road trip, especially if I was by myself. Fuck that, dude. No way. That's why they want us to have them, though, so they can just turn them off and do whatever they want.
Exactly.
Make us crash off a cliff. Like, you know what? We don't like what you have to say online.
Plus
Drive it
charge
off.
your car, so you're supposed to just like go to a fucking Buc-ee's or a Wawa and sit there for 30, 40, 60 minutes and just let your car charge. Like, what if you
or hours depending on the place, because some places can't
fuck
afford
that.
like the high end ones, and so it takes hours instead of minutes. Like, and that's just from here to California. Can you imagine if you were like, let's say you're in Galveston, Texas, and you need to go to Austin? That's like a 9-hour drive. You're never going to make it. Or you're driving cross country from especially Texas, because it's so big, but you're driving across, you're never going to make it. Like, oh no.
Ugh.
Nope. No, thank you.
Scary. I
Absolutely
screamed at
not.
him and he was like, sorry, the only thing we have is a luxury Cadillac, which like, I know I'm about to complain about having a nice car, but I was livid because I was like, what do you mean? I was like, because I don't actually feel comfortable in something that's like more like newer than 2010. And so he's trying to put me in this brand new Cadillac with no fucking buttons and just screens everywhere. I was like, I don't want this. And he was trying to charge me more. He charged me way more per day. And then I walked to another person and I was like, I feel like I'm getting fucked here. Like, I feel like you just charged me more. Oh, this Cadillac, it was parked on a slopey like presentation ramp with some other cars.
God.
I'm like, oh, you know this shit is expensive if it's on a fucking presentation ramp. And I was like,
Yep.
and I don't mean to complain about having nice things, but I just knew I was getting like charged up the ass extra for this thing. And I was like, really? You don't have any regular ass cars? It's either electric or this like fancy ass Cadillac. And then finally the guy was able to like get the price down a little bit. He's like, we really don't have anything else. Here's the fancy ass Cadillac. And I'm mad driving this nice car like out the lot. I was like, ugh. I'm like I hate syncing my phone to it. I'm like, it always takes so long. And I was like, I don't want this car to know my phone. I don't want it to get into my business.
Yeah, I know it is. I don't like that shit.
Although, like, light bulbs are probably into our business by now. I was so mad I couldn't find an incandescent light bulb anywhere in the universe.
Oh, right. They outlawed regular light bulbs.
And you look at the back of any light bulb thing now, and it's like, dangerous to this, dangerous to that, dangerous to humans.
Ugh, so stupid. Meanwhile, we're gonna give 113 gabajillion to Ukraine, but
Oh my
it's
God.
our fucking ovens that are the problem.
Well, wait, it's fine, Chrissy, because don't worry. Don't worry. It's totally fine because we gave $700 per house to Hawaii.
Right.
It's okay.
And-
they are
and
saved.
I
They're
didn't know that the houses in Hawaii were $700 each. Like, I didn't know that they were getting them on such a bargain.
A Monopoly game.
Each of completely eviscerated house was worth $700.
I mean, my friend who lives in Waikiki pays like $2,000 for her house, and they don't even have air conditioning. But $700 should be fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah,
should be fine. Yeah, Clint broke it down of the libertarian guy. I can't remember his last name, but he was like, he broke down how much money we gave to Ukraine. Let me see if I can bring it up. And it made me depressed.
I'm gonna need another drink, aren't I?
I was like, oh wow, we are just like, it's just like an insane. I can't think of another reason other than money laundering. You know,
They
like,
are. They
how
definitely
else?
are.
How else would this
all
be
the
a thing?
government is now.
Oh, look at that cute dress. I don't know who that is. Keanu Day, girl.
You'd be scrolling through Twitter very confident.
Right?
Okay, here it is. Clint Russell from Liberty Lockdown. The U.S. has sent Ukraine at minimum 113 billion. 36 million people live in Ukraine. 3,100 per Ukrainian. Hawaii exists. It is a U.S. state. Biden sent them 700 per household, not even per person. Our Ukrainians 450% more important than Americans who live in Hawaii. If so, why? And then I wrote, can't launder money through Hawaii. And he was like, ding, ding, ding. And then I was like, well, maybe the houses are only $700. And
listen, now on the defense, not defense, but Hawaii is, especially Maui. I've been there. They have a lot of houses. And Hawaii in general just does. They are older. So they're like older wood, older infrastructures in general. So if you were to light a house on fire in general in Hawaii, it's more than likely going to just cause a bunch of chaos because it's so old and they don't have like the updated technology. They barely have air conditioning. Most of them have swamp coolers, or you open the windows and suck it up kind of thing. Like, because it's Hawaii, it's island life. Like, what else are you going to do? Like, I don't blame them for it, but this is just suspicious and I don't trust any of it, especially because the governor came out and was like, it's such a real tragedy, but we can rebuild and we'll build like a more sustainable future. And I was like, oh, sustainable, you say? So you're talking
there
about
are theories that they use direct energy weapons on Hawaii because of how specific these fires were. And there was
super specific.
And there was an interesting clip on Twitter. It was like, oh, notice how the forest fires seem to specifically avoid the $1 million properties in Hawaii. So, and you just look at the state of the cars and the houses, and it's like, this doesn't look like a regular fire. It looks like these houses and cars were like eviscerated.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past that this was a specific drone strike directed energy weapon. That they're just like, yeah, let's just do this to push the climate change bullshit.
What blows my mind is a lot of people don't even believe direct energy weapons exist. And in September 2020, when we were all worried about COVID, they actually came out with, did you see that, Tugs? Like, yes. It's crazy. I mean, this is the military telling you it exists, telling you why it exists. And people are still going, oh, you're such a conspiracy theorist. It's like, this is a real thing.
Well, I heard someone say that is over there that they were like helping get bodies. And they said that there were some people in their cars and in their houses, like hugging their children. Like, do you know how it looks in Pompeii? How the ash, that's what it was looking like to them. And they had to they were trying to put them in body bags. Yeah. And so they were like turning into ash, but I don't know.
In no way a normal fire does that. There's no way normal. A volcanic fire will do that. And I believe there's reports. And
that's why I was like, that's not normal.
Of like Hiroshima, like a nuclear, because it's so quick, that will do that. Like that kind of level will do that, but not a normal. I'm dating a wildland firefighter. Like that does not move that quick. It doesn't. It does, but it doesn't. Like it. Yes, it can turn on a dime. And as we saw in Arizona a few years ago, those guys that got trapped, like, yes, fires can turn on a dime and they can do severe damage. But to freeze people like that, that's not normal. Like, that's not normal fire behavior. That's
and the person that's doing it, like someone I know for real knows this person, and they tried to post about it and they kept taking it down on TikTok. And I'm like, dude, he's there, like actually doing it. So, and like would not lie about this, dude. He's like from there. He lived there. That's his like life. And why would he do that? But they keep taking it down. And that's what I was like, dude, that's not normal.
No, it's not normal. We vacationed there as I was a kid, and my dad was like, oh my God, we went here. Like, this is where we were. And I was like, were we? Because we were in Maui. And I was like, did we go to this area? And he was like, yeah, that's where we were. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, so of course then it hit different, but I'm like, God, something is off because it just, and listen, hurricane winds can shift stuff. I get it. Fire is alive. Like, I don't know what anybody, like, as dating a firefighter and hearing his story is like, fire is alive. It can change on a dime. It can flare up on a dime. Like, all those stories are correct. However, there are caveats to that. And so when you have something that like melts people instantly, that's usually a volcanic thing or possibly a nuclear radiation thing. Like it has to be that kind of level or higher. So the fact that there are people there that were hugging in their homes and didn't move, That's a problem. And there are people on TikTok who are like, we were fine. And then in an hour, there was nothing we could do. Like we couldn't go anywhere. And it's like, is that fire or is that something more sinister? I don't know. I think that there's more to the story than we're being told.
100%.
Maui, or not Maui specifically, but Hawaii in general is a military installation. Like we all know Pearl Harbor, that's on Oahu. Who knows what they were doing in general?
Yeah.
I don't know. The convenience of it is just interesting to me. It's just interesting. I don't know.
It's
I made it awkward. It's sus.
Everything is sus. I can't believe anything I see or read or hear. Deranged lunatic. I hear Hillary will blow anything but Bill. True. I heard she was gay.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, if you believe the rumor, she's not a straight woman. So
no, I heard she's a gay.
Yeah.
Metastep. I posted on Twitter. Older lady lecturing a Tesla driver about idling in a parking spot. Reposted and tagged you.
Oh,
thank you, Metastep. Clint Torres. Chrissy, sorry I missed your show in Houston, but I had a semi-hot date. Long story short, I chose poorly. Oh my God, tell me about your semi-hot date. Clint, the show in Houston was amazing. You missed out. It was basically sold out.
You should have brought her to the show, Chris.
Yes.
Like, that is the greatest, like, what's the word I'm going for?
Date
if you're trying
idea.
to like vet somebody, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
I don't
You
think
should have brought her to my date. I would have like, you know, you could have sat in front. I would have like joshed with you, or you could have sat in the back. I would have ignored you.
Yep.
Dave
Either
Chandler,
way.
Chrissy on whatever calendar is already marked. Okay, it might be in the beginning of September, but I have to see
Oh
a
my God, I
confirmation.
can't wait. I hope they pick you.
Dave Chandler, I can still hum the Rescue 911 theme.
Yes.
Even 90s.
I loved Rescue 911. That was me as a
Me
kid. I was
too.
watching this ambulance show full of blood and people like losing limbs and shit. And I'm like, that was my
I
obsession
loved
with true crime.
Rescue 911. Unsolved Mysteries would be something that I would, for some reason, watch by myself in the basement
At
as
night.
a kid, and I would scare myself to death. And then
Unsolved
it was-
Mysteries, Rescue 911, and America's Most Wanted were my that was
and
it.
then I would like hear things in the basement, and everyone else would be asleep, and I like run upstairs, be like, oh,
And I was little, like I was right around the age when John Bonet died. So that was like all over all of the shows I watched. And I was like,
that's still such a crazy story.
How can they not know by now?
They do.
They know.
Now,
I
the
bet
mysteries
you
are probably solved by now.
they know. There's no way they don't know. They know.
They know.
They know. I have a
Marcus Henry, have you ever heard of King Von? They say he's raps for a serial killer. What's crazy is he raps about the bodies he caught. It's crazy. Never heard of him.
No, but have they proven any of it, or is he just running his mouth? Especially if he's a 90s rapper. So many of those 90s rappers ran their mouths.
I've heard that about Drake too.
Yeah.
I never heard of him either.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just rapping about like his body count, like who he banged, not
Right.
actual bodies.
EF. My 2021 Honda Insight Hybrid got 460 miles on a 10-gallon tank. Highly recommend. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Thank
let's
you.
go.
I love good gas mileage. Push-ups. LeeAnn, do you work with the gas trucks and truckers?
I mean, no.
Work with them.
Work with
like,
them.
Maybe in
what do
like
you mean?
Do you have a side job?
That's like a drill rig, not like there's like truck drivers, but it's not like it's just like water trucks and stuff like that.
Oh my God. Everybody in your chat right now is like, King Von is dead. R.I.P.
Yes.
Is he
He
a
is?
gangbanger? I have questions.
See, I'm white. I don't know about these things. I don't try to know about
Sounds
them.
like
I
a
grew up in
character on
Vegas. I
Mario.
know kind of about these things. Was he a gangbanger like Tupac and he got dead of his own accord, or no? Okay,
Yeah, maybe
well,
it was all a dream because I used to read Word Up magazine. Elle said, leave my porch light on overnight and I'm destroying the environment. But leave a car plugged in overnight and I'm apparently some kind of hero. Get effed.
Listen though, he's
True.
Canadian. He's Canadian dollars, so he gets it.
Take a ride. I feel like the electric car is part of the 15-minute city agenda. Let's go back to the 1900s steam power car technology, but use modern materials. I agree. I think it's meant to limit how far you can travel before.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to dissuade people from traveling further than they need to recharge because it's such a pain in the dick.
Awful. Yeah.
Did you see that line that they're making in Saudi Arabia?
Yes. Oh my God.
So creepy, dude.
What?
Already.
It's like a line. It's a city. It's like a towered.
Mile and miles and miles long.
It's so weird. It's like a big fish tank for people.
It's this huge like line, and it's just skyscraper after skyscraper after skyscraper, and there's like
it's so creepy.
central like transport in the middle, and it starts at like the ocean, I think, because they had like a whole bunch of yachts there.
It's like a terrarium for people. Literally. It's crazy as fuck. I think 9 million people are gonna live in it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Ugh.
It's like miles and miles long, and they like started construction on it, so it's like actually happening.
Ugh.
Yeah,
It's
no, they
so
actually
creepy.
started on it. I saw that. Oh, so creepy to me.
Controlling the people. Marcus Henry.
1984. Everybody
Is
go
LeeAnn's-
read 1984.
Okay, this is an interesting question from Marcus
It
Henry.
is.
Is LeeAnn's head too big? Her neck seems tired.
It is
All of
tired.
our necks are tired, Marcus.
My whole body is tired.
Everything is tired, especially the necks. 'Cause it's just like,
LeeAnn, what do you think of this? Is your head too big? Have you ever thought about this?
It's probably both. Mhm. I think I do have a big head. I'm not sure. I have a big forehead, but I don't know if like my whole head is big.
I for sure
I
have a
don't
big
think
head
so.
because I know that regular sized hats are small on me. That's how I knew. Oh my God, Muffin is sleeping in my bed on my pillow.
take a picture and show us. You have your phone.
I love her so much. I never want her to die. She's so good.
That is like the cruelest thing God could have done is make
I know.
pets live
Can't they just
less
make the
than-
dogs live longer than us?
right?
Yeah, I
God.
wish.
But like if we died, right, then who would feed them?
No, fair. That's fair.
MK Solid question. When dating a guy, is it a deal breaker if he has decor pinups or sexy pictures of girls at his place? Also, LeeAnn is very ravishing tonight. Okay, I think there's a way to do it. I think if it's an artistic, like almost cartoon type thing, if it doesn't look like this is a photo of an ex or a specific woman,
Yeah.
like I think that's totally fine. It's artistic. Pinup is like a gorgeous sort of aesthetic choice. But if it looks like, oh, this is your ex who did a pinup photo shoot and you have these photos on your wall, I would be like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just
Or
be
if they're like
distracted.
Teen Beat posters on the walls and stuff, then yeah. If they're like
It was a
framed and
cartoon.
nice.
It's a cartoon.
real
I'd
art.
be like, sure, cool.
Yeah.
Yep, we're
would
all in
agree.
agreement on that. Push-ups. Directed energy weapons are awesome. $1 per shot to shoot down incoming enemy missiles and take down the entire Russian and Chinese nuclear arsenal. All right, I'm glad you feel that way. Push-ups.
Hey, have at it, buddy. Let me know how it goes for you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know how much any of you gals follow baseball, but
Oh my
this
God.
has been an interesting ongoing news story. So there's this guy, Wander Franco. He is a shortstop for the Tampa Bay Rays, and he's 22 right now. He signed like a 10, 14 million dollar, like a huge, like multi-million dollar deal back in 2021. Right, and he's 22. So it's just recently come out, like this week, that he maybe had relations with minor aged girls. And then it came, which if that wasn't bad enough, it also came out that he has a wife and 2 kids. So of course, for a minute, for like half a day, I was like, well, let's see, this could just be somebody money grubbing But it's coming out now. It's like, okay, there's tons of proof about this guy.
Oof.
It looks horrible. It looks like he's absolutely done.
Hold on, I'm gonna let my dog outside real quick.
There's
like-
so many there's so many jokes that can be made about wandering eyes, wandering hands. Wander Franco, his wife was revealed for the first time amid allegations of improper relationships with underage girls. This is insane. He's 22. He's reportedly never mentioned his wife by name, but the Daily Mail revealed on Friday that he's married to his 21-year-old Rochelle Paulino, his childhood sweetheart from the DR, and he's from like the DR. So that's been the conversation, is like, oh, this is normal for them.
It's a cultural thing, yeah.
I don't know.
And it's illegal there. If you have to be 18 there as well, from what I understand.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's 18, yeah.
The couple married after the 2021 season, which is when he signed that big deal, and they share 2 sons together, according to the report. Franco and Paulino's current standing with one another is currently unclear amid the new accusations facing the former. An all-star with the Rays in his 3rd season in MLB, Franco was placed on the restricted list and is taking a leave from the team as the league investigates concerning social media posts surrounding the shortstop that arose last week, as well as subsequent allegations. So apparently this girl, or one of the girlfriends, posted a picture on Instagram of her like wearing his necklace and or his hat, like clearly wearing his stuff.
In addition to the wife, like he's cheating.
Yes, in addition. The post, which reportedly went viral on Twitter, I'm not calling it X, before apparently being deleted, alleged that Franco was involved in an improper relationship with a minor. I just don't see what the big deal is about him. I guess if you're 14 years old, this is impressive to you. A second person, a 17-year-old girl, reportedly filed a complaint against Franco in the DR, according to Dominican newspaper Diario Libre. In addition to MLB, the Dominican Republic Attorney General's office told the Associated Press that they were investigating. We support any steps taken by the league to better understand the situation and other PR jargon. So here is one of the posts, I guess, from Nancy Abar. Today is the birthday of a very special person for me. She is Rochelle Paulino, my love. Papa God, pour many blessings. Oh, is this Spanglish on you? Make a good woman, guide you. My daughter-in-law. Okay, I guess this was when she was turning 15 or something. Maybe this is the mom. I don't know. This is Wanda Franco's mom, Nancy Abar, posting a birthday message to his wife on Facebook in 2016. So it's looking like it's unlikely he'll play in the major leagues again. Though Franco never previously mentioned Paulino's name, he has on multiple occasions spoke about his first son, named after himself, was born in 2018.
Narcissist.
Franco and Paulino reportedly welcomed another son in 2022 and bought a new house worth $1.5 million in Tampa this past May. I hope he's got a good accountant, because he might be out of a job. They both reportedly grew up in the DR and have been linked together as early as 2016. When Franco's mother, Nancy Abar, wished Paulino a happy 15th birthday and referred to her as her daughter-in-law.
Oh.
Yee! So, I don't know. Some people say, well, it's culturally okay. And some people are like, well, that's not okay.
I mean, but here's the thing, though. And this, of course, crosses like country boundaries. I'm not defending it. However, if your parents give you permission at like 15, 16, depending on the state here in the States and or the country, like you can get married at that age and have like, as long as the parents sign off on it, and I don't know if they were married, but, or legally, whatever their rules are, there is a loophole where like, oh, I give you permission and they can do it. So it's kind of like, is this the best evidence? What are their laws? Like here in the States, we're like, oh my God, this is gross, which justifiably so. But over there, is that their laws? Their parents agree to it. And if the parents agree to it, like, let's say she fell in love with him and she's like, oh, I'm 16 and I love him and we're going to be together forever. You know how us 16-year-old girls do. And they're
Mm.
like, yeah, we sign off on this. You can totally do this, have fun, like go forth and conquer and multiply and blah, 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 blah. That may or may not be legal, depending on their, like, even
So
in
I
the
think
States, it's
his
legal.
wife
about the wife
currently, the
mistress.
wife I think currently is 21. I think Wander currently is 22. And
Mm.
this all started because he was seen with girlfriends that were underage.
That were
But to
underage.
that he responded, they say that I'm in public with a little girl, that I'm running around with a minor. Franco said in Spanish in the video, people don't know what to do with their time. They don't know what they're talking about. That's why I prefer to be on my side and not get involved with anybody.
Well, and I wonder what a minor is considered where he's from. Is it
Right.
18 or is it 16? Like,
yeah, or is it 4?
16 yeah, is 16 right? Is 16 is the age of consent in a lot of states here in America. Fun fact, it's 16. Is it that age? Is it younger? Is it older? Like, that is where we need to, where these crimes committed in the States, that's a whole different thing. Like, I have questions. I have questions.
Wait, he's not even like a real baseball player?
He is. He's
Oh, no,
22.
he was brought up in 2021 from the farm teams, and I think he's got like $120 million contract right now.
Mm.
And this
He
girl is supposedly
doing pretty
14 years
good.
old, and she posted it on Instagram, and it's created this huge tsunami that now Major League Baseball is looking at, and he's on reserve. And the Dominican Republic actually has an official investigation, which means to me that something is illegal going on.
Yeah.
It always amazes me that men will ruin their careers in life over vagina. It's just amazing
Yeah,
to
it
me.
just seems like very short-sighted on his part.
Yeah. Like,
in-
dude, even when they assault you, like 2-3 minutes tops, and you're willing to go to jail
Right.
for the rest of your
Yeah.
life. Like, it just blows my mind.
In November of 21, they signed him to an $182 million 11-year contract.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So
What an
I
idiot.
see they're just gonna maybe pay out some or all of this deal because it just looks bad. I think they just want to get him off the team. It's
What an
a
idiot.
bad visual. It's a bad look.
I saw there was a precedence, and there was another guy that, because really we don't know. And there's some evil young ladies that are after money, and I mean,
True, that's possible. Like it could be a setup.
you don't
get the
know.
money.
And so the precedence apparently is that the Major League Baseball would put this guy on kind of like a holding pattern in an airport, and he's on hold for this period of time, and then he was suspended for another year, but then he won the court case and came back. So who knows? But apparently Major League Baseball takes it serious, which I think is great.
I think they're just so afraid to have anything that tarnishes their brand.
Yeah, but look at the NFL. Those motherfuckers are beating the shit out of their wives and all kinds of shit. And they don't even care, really, it seems like.
Yeah, I was saying to Frank, like, before they sign somebody, like, don't they look at somebody's life to see, like, how messy they are? But I guess there's so many, and each major league team has, like 3 or 4 kind of farm teams under them with players being fed in. So there's just so many people that can't be, like, not that they should be looking into everybody's private life, but like something obvious, like, are you hanging and banging around with a minor yet? Maybe don't do that before we, sign you to this multi-million-dollar deal.
So true. I've gotten to a place where now I just look at it like I try to think of the very best scenario for him and the girl, and then I try to think of the very worst, because I never used to think of the worst. I couldn't believe people would be that evil. This is where I was like, I learned this in producing movies. Like, I would read scripts and I'm like, how did the writer think of this? It's so evil. And now I do. I look at the whole spectrum, and then I think, okay, it's somewhere between these two options.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's like normal for them. Like maybe him and his wife like got married very young, and then he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck around with whoever I want because I'm okay with that. And it just looks bad. I mean, it looks bad for just about any organization if they're under 18. It's like, oh, you're cheating. And
Well, and
Also,
I just look at like people keep talking about how I literally did not have my full brain until I was at least 25. And they say men don't get their brains until they're, 25, 30. But I can promise you, I did not make good choices until at least that.
I mean, it's hard to see a scenario where like this is all okay, even if it's like okay in the DR. It's like, ugh. What's up, Elsid? There's also a hockey player taking a leave of absence due to long COVID. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of that.
Who? Spell the T.
Long COVID.
Let's see. Let's see. Hockey player.
What the hell is long COVID?
It
We
was
know
like a side effect of having the CV.
long COVID is what they're calling jab injuries instead of
That too.
SARS,
Yeah.
what
Well,
it
but
is.
actually, technically, you can get long COVID whether you have the jab or you don't have the jab. Supposedly, I think it's all
How convenient.
So it's
Yeah.
like you can't get rid of this cough, or your taste never comes back, or you're just so tired and you can't make it to work on time, which coincidentally now is called time blindness. Like
Blindness? Yeah, that's funny.
Oh
Marcus
God.
Henry, King Vaughn is from Chicago's O Block, one of the most dangerous areas in America. Allegedly, he has 7 bodies and beat all the cases because Chirac.
I imagine
Chicago PD
Chicago.
sucks. Oh, Chicago PD sucks. The internet figured out the names and times he killed people. It's fascinating. Wow, really?
No, okay. You want to fall down a music people rabbit hole? There is a conspiracy theory out there. Okay, I didn't know about this. I learned about it on TikTok. There's a conspiracy theory out there that Garth Brooks is a serial killer. And
What?
have you guys heard this? Somebody has gone through and like every town Garth Brooks has ever played in around the same time he's been in that town, like the 2-3 day window that stars, like music people stay in the town and perform for their concerts. People have gone missing and or winded up dead. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. 100% those concerts are rituals. 100%.
All right, we're looking this up.
He's
Fact
eating
check.
them.
Is Garth Brooks a serial killer? Missing persons conspiracy theory explained amid Tom Segura feud. Okay, this is fresh news. Okay.
Every city he's played in, apparently people have gone missing and or are dead. Like
Okay, recently his online nemesis Tom Segura revealed that the country singer had blocked him on Instagram. Okay, so I think Tom Segura is a comedian. After he initiated the fake murder jokes, this comes as the performer teased bringing back his alter ego Chris Gaines more than 20 years after releasing an album under the same name in 1999. Okay, he added that the unidentified source told him that. So where do these claims come from? The missing persons conspiracy theory, which has taken over the internet, Neesons believe that Garth Brooks stadium tours often align with missing people cases that appear across several cities in the United States. Vaughn said, people are saying that I'm trolling the guy. All I'm doing is repeating what I've heard, that allegedly his tour schedule aligns with dozens of missing persons. Wow. However, the theory seems to simply be a coincidence. No news outlet has reported on Brooks being involved in a missing person. Okay, why would they, even if he was?
Right?
And Brooks is certainly not. I mean, everything we know about the Epstein world, it's certainly plausible, Brooks is certainly not a serial killer, as the same has not been reported by law enforcement. What in the heck is this?
Listen, it took them what 15 years to catch the Long Island serial killer. It would not surprise me. I'm not saying it is.
This is Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina P. The title is called "Where Are the Bodies, Garth?"
Brooks has been up to and done, and I just want to say it feels good to be validated.
Yeah,
feels good.
Yeah,
my God,
to be validated.
Oh my God!
Look at the cover of this is one of the most respected publications in the country. It says Garth Brooks kidnapped terror. And you just see the face of an unrepentant, violent, possible mass murderer. New hostage nightmare.
Unbelievable.
Whew. I mean, this shit. That is
Cool stuff, slick stuff,
yeah.
neat stuff.
Who did he kidnap?
well, it's just I'm assuming. I mean, it looks like his lady there is.
Trish is not happy.
Well, she looks like she's scared in the photo. So I guess the implication is that maybe he kidnapped her.
Wow. So Tom Segura has been on his tail, on his case. Wow. Now they're in a feud. Tom Segura and Garth Brooks are in a feud. It all began with when Tom joked about Garth being a serial killer, and the joke has spread like wildfire. And I guess people are tweeting at him, where are the bodies? The same stems from Garth Brooks' October 28 Instagram video, where he announced the big A stadium tour. In the singer spoke about getting physical, playing music, and how much he likes that.
Let's go have some fun and let's get physical playing music. I like that.
I mean, honestly, though,
Huh? What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
if you go back and you look at his face, like just in general, Garth Brooks is always like a little schizo to me. And he's got the big crazy eyes, and you're like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, he looks like he could be a serial killer. I don't know.
Would be. It just is funny.
Pull
There's,
it
like,
off.
people who have done research and are like, okay, when he was in town, like this person went missing, blah blah blah. Like it's intense, and I'm like, oh snap.
Wait, is it like in line with like the smiley face killings at all, or is it just like
Jim?
No, I don't know.
Future
Maybe.
Bodies.
What?
Future Bodies.
There's a
Oh,
fitness
boy.
center in the UK named Garth's Gym Future Bodies. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if Garth Brooks was the smiley face killer this whole
And then
time?
somebody
This whole time.
Chat said that Kevin Costner was a serial murderer in the movie called Mr. Brooks. Do you think
I loved that movie. Yeah.
You know what? He could pull it off. He's famous. He's got the resources.
Yeah.
He can afford a cleanup crew.
maybe he just
And
sucks
why
all the
block
blood out of
people?
them
Listen, I
and
don't know,
then
your
just
behavior
throws
is-
them in the water?
Mhm. Garth Brooks' behavior is suspicious. Like he won't even acknowledge it now. He dodges questions. He blocks
Yeah,
people.
'cause that's not a poor man's game. You and I, regular people, we could not pull that off.
Who like found this out? They like sat there and like lined up all the like. Why were they even looking? Like that's so
Some
crazy.
guy, some person, I don't know who, some person on the internet, however long ago, happened. I don't know if they were looking for it or if it just was kind of like, oh, that's weird. Like we went to the concert Saturday and some chippy went missing that same night. And they like, I have no idea where it originated, but they went back.
Tom Segura.
Yeah, and they went back and they were like, no, it didn't. I don't know if it came. It might have, but
Look at his
they went
face
back
in
and,
that
like,
picture.
tracked his whole tour over the last like 10 years, and like everywhere he
That's
goes,
crazy.
somebody ends up missing. It's so weird.
He's being weird about it though. That makes him look more suspicious.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know, LeeAnn, you and I know from working with so many people out of anti-sex trafficking, like even the Travis Scott thing at Astro World and in Houston, so many deaths. I cannot believe he was completely exonerated. Like when you
I
see
know.
that happen,
right?
and then when you understand the way frequency works and you understand that music has the ability to do that, you know, it does make you very suspicious.
Yep. Well, look at, so they just recently, the most recent case, I brought it up a couple times, Lisk, Long Island serial killer. They just arrested him, and he was a prominent contractor in New York City. Like people knew who he was, and this whole time he had bodies on the beach. Like you just never know. You never know. And so like I'm like, well, if A plus B equals C,
amen.
I mean, that's why they're so dangerous, because they blend in. They like compartmentalize each life. Like they just completely can forget about it.
Listen, John Wayne Gacy dressed up as a clown and went to children's hospitals.
Yeah.
And he murdered children. Hello? Like, anyway. I'm just saying.
Yeah, these are all very good points.
Garth Brooks. Yes.
Let's talk about something lighter, a sniffer in our midst.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
A sniffer.
That reminds me of the Barbie movie.
Oh my god.
Good night,
At Barnes and Noble? What?
I'm not thinking about
Right.
it anymore.
I'm happy Barnes and Noble is relevant again. Victim of Barnes and Noble sniffer.
God.
Last repeated catch and release. He is unfit for society, says Fox
I haven't
News.
seen this one.
Sex offender Khalees Crowder, hopefully no relation to Steven, caught on TikTok stalking women at California Barnes and Noble. Let's go to the videotape.
No.
100 days
What?
facility, and today we're going to Barnes & Noble and get
Great.
my Starbucks. Except I ended up being
Oh,
stalked
no, it's
and
not.
violated the entire time. So I get to Barnes
Oh.
& Noble and get my Starbucks. I'm super excited to look at books, but this is the area that it started. I was in this corner for a while, and I noticed the guy was staring at me through that little hole, and I couldn't tell if I was
What
being
hole?
paranoid
What
or if he was
hole?
just reading a book, and he just happened to be in that little.
I love that she's reading. First of all, when I used to frequent
The
Barnes and Noble,
Secret.
she's reading all the shitty like self-help books that I
Mm.
spend a lot of time reading.
Those
and
don't
buying.
work, friends. They don't work.
No, they
Just
don't.
the Bible.
Anyway,
Anyways, it felt like anywhere I moved,
The
he
Secret.
kept following me. So I recorded just in case he was trying to say anything or do anything.
Who's
to
the guy?
me, but I
Is it this
definitely didn't
guy?
expect him to do this.
Oh my
Like,
god.
what
Is he
the
sniffing her
actual-
ass?
And the whole
What
time
is
I'm
he
thinking I'm fine
doing?
because he hasn't said anything
Wait
or
a second.
touched me or anything.
looks-
But
Is
then
this
he
guy
notices
here?
that he goes over and does the same
Yeah.
thing with this girl.
The bald guy.
Watch down low and pretend like he's doing something, and then
What?
no, I don't know. And the whole time I'm wondering why he's always around me. But this was our interaction.
What is he doing? Oh, you're tying your
I
shoe
was so
facing
freaked
my
out when I turned
direction?
around and
No.
saw him
Yeah.
literally under me, so freaking close to me. So I decided to tell the front desk.
So creepy.
And of course she can't say, well, he's black. You
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
know.
She's already fucked from the get-go. Well, he's got a gray shirt. Ugh. That's all.
And then I try to walk to my car as fast as possible because I don't want to run
He
into
was
him.
sniffing my car.
I just watched the video back because I was trying to figure out what he was doing.
Wait, why was she recording herself at the Barnes and Noble?
Because she's an influencer. So that's what happens, right? So on the one hand, kudos for catching this guy. But that's what these girls do. They film themselves doing literally everything, including especially the bookstore, because book talk is a thing. And so it pops up on my feed every now and then, and those girls are psycho. But I think that's a whole nother point. Book talk is a thing, and so they film themselves in these bookstores, like, oh, and today I was
Look at
like,
me,
picking
I'm reading. I
50
got
Shades
my
of Grey.
Starbies.
Yeah,
Barnes
and that's what they
Noble.
do. And so she caught this creep. Like, kudos to her for catching the creep, I guess. But geez Louise.
I want to replay this sniffer.
Oh my
I don't know
god.
that was he sniffing her?
Right. How do we know for sure?
I mean, he was definitely being creepy. Was he sniffing?
I
her?
thought he was like sniffing their
gross.
hair. He's literally sniffing their ass and stuff.
She
Like,
they
oh
want,
my
I
god.
think he wants to sniff the vaginal region.
I thought he was doing the Joe Biden, but like, nah. He's like in their asses. That's why he's
Yeah,
like bent down.
What does this woman expect anyone to do? I mean, they're letting people straight up go into stores
Yeah.
and steal $1,000 of merchandise. Do you think they're
Yeah.
gonna stop a
Yeah.
bookstore sniffer? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
That's literally like so creepy.
I
But
will
I'm
say
not
that
just
video
buying
she
bookstores,
took of
though.
him, like, supposedly he's tying her shoe, but he's facing her. That's a little weird. Just
Starbucks,
from,
though.
yay, Starbucks. That's not
Yay,
even the real
Starbucks.
Starbucks. That's the fake Starbucks inside of Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Dates, and today we're going to Barnes & Noble and getting Starbucks. Except I ended up being stalked and violated the entire time.
Stalked and violated.
Well, I guess I'm doing this
You know,
today.
sweetie, when you're 45, 50 years old, you're gonna wish some guy sniffing your ass at Barnes and Noble. Okay, you're gonna miss these times, girl.
Close and
Decided to
honest.
look at books,
And
but this is the
You
area
You know
that it
what,
started.
though?
I was in this.
You know what?
Wait,
Here.
did she say where she lived? Is this like California or New York?
Yeah, I think it's California.
Oh,
California.
of course.
Corner for a
Here's
while,
my
and I
thing,
noticed
though.
the guy was
She's in the personal growth section, which
Is it very sniffable
I
area?
call BS
Honestly, if
on.
I'm gonna sniff a woman, I'm gonna sniff a woman in the fucking math and science area. Like,
No,
let me
but
go
here's-
to a woman with some brain power where there's like, let me go to the deep analysis
No,
section.
but here's the thing. I call BS on where he was being weird. I think she edited it, and here's why. Everything I've seen about books on this was like a TikTok. So everything I've seen on TikTok regarding books has been like smut. So like 50 Shades of Grey,
Right.
You get kidnapped by this guy and he turns out to be like your porn lover, like that kind of, like those kind of books. That's all I like when I see it. That's what I see, and I'm like, I don't want to see any of this. This is disgusting, but that's what I see. So it's like book talk, and like they pin you against the wall and have their way with you. I bet you $100 she was in like the fantasy section or the young adult section or the adult section looking
Wait
for
a second. You're
books.
telling me, Tugs, that there's a section more embarrassing for women than the self-help section?
Yes, it's called the adult smut section. Yeah, aka romance, because romance novels used to be good. Now they're just all about smut. I bet you that's where she actually was.
I
and
think
that's why
mine's
he was
a book called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, because I own that book, or like How to Be Strong and Powerful and Not Care. Like you're gonna pick that up and
I'm
read
telling
it and maybe
just
buy it.
scrolling- Listen,
That's
if you
embarrassing.
have a TikTok account, for shits and giggles, one day, search up hashtag book talk. Book talk.
Book talk.
And I'm sorry in advance, but it's awful. I'm telling you right now, this girl, $100.
I'm telling you right now.
She was in this. Yeah, she's not real, but she was in this smut section. I bet you anything she was in the smut
But maybe
section.
he just preys
and
on them
this
in
guy
the
was
self-help
sniffing
section because he
around.
knows they're like desperate and vulnerable. So he's like,
Exactly.
I can get away with it if they're
Can I rattle off places
Not
where
justifying
men can
him,
meet
but you're in
women?
the smut section.
Bookstores are in that list. You know what I mean? Like when I go, oh, you know what? You got to approach people at the deli. You got to go to the bookstore. You got to go to the library. I mean, like, is the bookstore
telling
even
you right
safe
now.
now?
She was in the smut
Staring at me
section,
through
and
that
she
little
doesn't want to
hole. And I
admit
couldn't
it,
tell if I
and that's why he was sniffing her butt.
Being paranoid, or if he was just reading a book and he just
Reading The
happened to be in that
Secret.
little corner. Anyways, it felt like anywhere I moved,
He's
he
looking,
kept
yeah, what is
following
he
me. So I
looking at?
recorded
What
just
is
in
he
case
looking at?
was
He's
trying
looking
to
at
say anything
toys.
or do anything
How do we
stupid.
know he's sniffing her right here, right now?
And so, like, the producer in me is going, okay, wait a minute, where's that
But
camera?
I definitely
First
didn't
it was
expect
on
him
the
to do
right
this.
side of
Like,
her.
what the
Now it's
actual...
face
The whole
forward.
time I'm thinking
Like, what is
because
he?
he hasn't said
I mean,
anything.
what is
Definitely
he
he's
doing?
bending
I
down way
noticed that
too
he
much,
goes
though.
over and
It's
does
I mean,
getting
did
weird.
she
this girl,
hear
and he'll crouch
sniffing?
down low
Did she
and
hear like
pretend
a,
like he's doing something and then
you know?
smell? I don't know.
Was he
And
being
the
a
whole time I'm
creep?
wondering
I
why
think he was
he's
being a
always around
creep,
me,
which
but this is our
happens.
interaction.
But he's very close to her. He's
But
very,
just
very
admit
close
that
to
you're
her.
in the smut section. It's okay.
Tying my shoe.
But where's her
I
camera?
was so
Like,
freaked out when I turned around and
she's
saw him
not holding
literally
it
under
1 minute,
me,
and the next
so
minute
freaking close to me. So I decided to tell the front desk.
No, the front desk doesn't care.
No.
I could have told her that right then. Front desk does not have her back.
They don't get paid enough. But
No.
get out of the smut section is my point. Like, you're in there in the smut section. I know you were holding the secret.
yeah.
I don't believe that for 2 seconds you were reading the
For
secret.
the men in the chat saying, oh,
No,
just
wait.
fart, you forget that we are women, that we cannot fart or poop or
can't
do
do that
anything
on
on
cue.
command. Our bodily functions are not, it's not like a bag of tricks, okay? We can't just like at will fart, okay?
No.
Most of us are constipated, so we're
That
not
mother
able to
effer
just
is not real.
muster up a fart.
Oh my. There was this guy at the strip club I worked at that wanted to pay my friend to fart in his mouth, and she's like, I'm sorry. She's like, I can't right now, but maybe, if I have to, I'll let you know.
Give me
does
some
he
popcorn and
fart in a mouth?
jalapenos and we're good.
She told us all, okay? And he's seen her tell us, and he like left immediately. He just seen her telling all of us, and I was like cracking up, and he left. And I was like, oh, you embarrassed him. I was like, who asked that, dude?
Would you ever do that? Would you ever like fart in a jar or in a mouth?
Oh my god, that's gross, dude. That's so gross.
I could not. I would not, could not in a mouth. I would not, could not in a jar.
No. It was weird because she had to like be polite. She was trying to be nice. She's like, I'm sorry, I don't have to do that right now, but if I do, then I'll let you know. Like, that's just, oh boy.
Oof.
Yikes.
Crash
Like,
over.
what happened to you in your life? What
Yeah,
happened?
I think from a psychological standpoint, I am
Yeah.
interested in see like what happened to somebody where they're at a point where they're asking someone to fart in their mouth. Like
Yeah,
what?
but people that do that or like want to be peed on and stuff, they're always like some dudes in like a power position or like they have a lot of power, like lawyer, doctor, something like that. And it's always them. Like they just want to be humiliated. I don't know. It's weird.
It's always like a Fauci or Gates being like,
Yeah, it's really strange. I'm like, what the
oh, I have an old bottle of Hypnotic next to me. I just saw.
Chug it, chug it, chug it.
I
chug
bought
it.
this on the road trip. I was like, ooh.
Oh my God, is this still
I bought this for Frank. I'm like, this is gonna remind him of his youth, and he's gonna drink it. And he's like, no, I'm with my son. I can't. I was like, boo.
Drink it,
I'm
drink
gonna drink
it,
it now.
I didn't know they still
Hypnotic?
made
Remember
that shit.
Hypnotic,
That's
everybody?
crazy.
Yeah, it was sparkly. Is it still sparkly, like glittery? Is it still no?
No, it's like a icy blue.
I feel like that stuff used to smell like cat piss.
No, the blue one tasted like blue
Oh,
raspberry, like on
it's
steroids.
good. It's a product of France.
Drink,
Okay.
chug it, chug it.
Chug it. Look, it's a dainty little bottle. The problem with background checks is they have to have been reported in the first place. Victims can be so broken to report their abuser. Well, thanks for bringing the room down. Dave Chandler, maybe the Bidens can adopt Wander. Oh gosh, maybe. You know what? Hopefully he's set for life with the amount of money maybe that he already has. But yeah, I just feel like that's very fucking stupid of him. Marcus Henry, King Von situation is more than a conspiracy theory, like legit evidence. Look it up. It's crazy. After he died, a lot of people looked into it and found that he has 7 bodies total and associated with 4 more. Yikes. See, this is why I don't associate with
Wait, but was King Von a rapper?
I think so.
Okay, well, all the rappers, especially back in the 90s, had bodies. All of them. Tupac, Biggie, like, they all had bodies. Like, don't even argue with me on that. I grew up in Vegas. They all had bodies. I'm just telling you right now.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Some type of heavy D.
I thought that Tupac wasn't even like a thug. He like went to Juilliard and shit. And they just made him
Wow.
pretend
fancy
that he
thug.
was like
Wait,
a
who?
thug.
Huh? Who you
What's
say?
that?
Who you say?
Tupac.
Oh, Pac.
Mhm.
Listen, I believe you. However, he
You
ended
knew
up getting caught
very
up in that
well
movement somehow,
who
and he
you
ended up
are.
DED dead.
Mm.
So
Reach for
I
the
feel bad for
stars.
him. I believe you. I can totally see that, but he's
That
still
Yeah,
like,
who knows?
way, 'cause you're the only
He's probably not
one.
even dead.
I give you good and plenty.
I'm
Super
uncomfortable.
Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
Listen, all I know is if you come to Vegas and you want to see where the spot where Pac got RAP'd, I know where to go. Just hit me up.
Tugs, you
Didn't
strike
catch someone
kind of white
recently
girl
that
that has
did
a
it?
lot of black friends. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I have black friends. I got street cred.
LeeAnn, I get that from you too. Carmen, not so much from you.
Oh, I have lots of black friends.
I grew
Sure
up
you
in the hood.
Sure you do.
I do. I grew up.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
give off
actually
that
grew up in,
vibe
like,
at
a
all.
real hood with murders.
I give off
and...
the vibe like maybe I have one black friend and it's Bryson Gray.
Listen, I grew up. If you are familiar with Vegas at all, hi. But if you're not, I grew up on the east side of town, which is the ghetto side of town. So I have what we like to call street cred. I personally read a lot, so technically book smarts, but no, I have street cred.
That's not how you get street cred.
I can walk into the most ghetto, like Smith's, Walmart, whatever, and I'll be fine because I have quote unquote street cred. I have that. I can adapt that.
You have that. You're saying you have that Cup Foods energy.
Yeah,
where
I
you
can walk
just-
that way. I can talk that way. Like I can blend in that way, even though I'm 100%.
You can show up with a
white girl.
counterfeit 20.
Yeah,
and
I can
work your way
blend in.
around.
There are
Okay.
people who are one or the other. There is no in
Okay.
between. You're either one or the other. And depending
wanna
on
see-
where you grow up, like you either like a lot of the New Yorkers can blend in as like quote unquote street cred. So I got you. But there
I
are
just walk
people
with a
who grew up
limp.
and are like,
That's how I try to fit in.
I'm scared and I can't walk through this store because it's in the ghetto and you look like a freaking duck out of water kind of thing. Like, no, you walk in like you own the place respectively. So you walk in like you own the place and you don't let anybody mess with you. And that's what you call street cred. I never had any problem. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in a full-on like black versus white gang fight. Never had any problem. It's fine. You just gotta have the cred. So, when
I had a little bit of street cred after I fell. After I fell playing mini golf, I had a bit of a limp for a few days. So I had some street cred, but it was wasted on Ocean City. Yeah.
She has North Las Vegas is the trenches. Rekka, I live in North Las Vegas. You get it. Exactly.
He's from the streets.
Street cred.
I grew up in a school that was like D1, and there was one black family in the entire school.
Oh, what's that like?
Reason is saying you have no street cred, Tugs.
I do.
Who said that?
What's the cred that?
The
Listen,
chat doesn't think you have any street cred,
that's
Tugs.
fine. That's okay. You don't have to believe me.
Tugs, how many bikes of yours were stolen growing up?
Zero.
That doesn't sound like you have a street cred.
That sounds like Owen Benjamin.
I think you get 5 points of street cred per bike stolen.
Okay. So, when I was in middle school, I went to O'Callahan Middle School, which was on the east side. Far east.
White.
Yeah. O'Callahan Middle School. And right at the time it was right before 9/11. So it must have been 7th, 8th grade-ish. We had a Mexican gang from LA move in.
Cholos?
And no, the 13-somethings. I don't remember. 13-somethings was the gang. They moved in, but O'Callahan was run by a black gang whose name I can never remember. I'd have to ask my dad. But they were a black gang, and this Mexican gang from LA was moving in on their territory. So it was the blacks versus the Mexican gangs, and the white
like West
people,
Side Story.
Yeah, the white people were caught in the middle, and so luckily I had a Mexican friend, and he would protect me and like escort me to class. It was wild, but everybody got into fights. It was insane. And then in high school, I went to El Dorado High School. Look it up. El Dorado High School, which is #1. I'm not to brag about it because it's terrible, but #1 at the time was #1 in like teenage pregnancy. Is like, I mean, it was the ghetto.
That's street cred if you get pregnant as a teen.
I went
That's
to that high school, and my junior year, a friend of mine was murdered. Literally straight up
More
murdered.
street cred.
Yeah, by a gang as a gang initiation, and it was white versus black. Like we had cops, we had wanted. It was bad. So it was a thing, and I, not to my own horn, but I ended up unscathed. And I have a cop as a father. I have a police officer as a father, and I ended up unscathed in gang territory high school. So you're welcome. Come at me, bro.
Wow.
See?
Come at me.
How's that for street cred, chat?
Salvadorian, right?
What?
M13s, I think they're Salvadorian.
Yeah. This was the Mexican version. Whatever I can't remember the name of it now because it's been, and they've changed their name like I don't even know how many times, 20 years ago. But the M13 version of Mexicans was the gang. Yeah.
That sounds legit.
Yeah. It was bad. Like I had my friend Francisco was jumped in the bathroom by the black gang in middle school. We're 13. He was beaten so bad he had to go to the emergency room. It was bad. Like
how much street cred do you think that gained him?
Not he's Mexican, so.
All right, couple more super chats for LeeAnn, then she has to bounce. Marcus Henry, LeeAnn, you from the hood. You should know about KV.
I don't.
She didn't know about it.
I heard of his name before, but I think I'm getting him mixed up with someone else. But I'm just gonna look into it just because I want to see what the deal is.
Dave Chandler, hey, the National Enquirer nailed John Edwards. Wow, true. I love a good National Enquirer.
John Edwards.
Okay. Someone is saying I don't like naggers with an A. Tugs is so ghetto. There you go. See, I agree with this person. Tugs has that peach. You can tell she grew up around black people. I agree, Marcus. I agree. I agree.
I got a moody. It's true.
Crash override. Biden goes high. His voters go low. Thanks for the super chat,
God.
Marcus Henry. You got to get Plain Lady on here. Dude, I am trying. I have been trying to reach out to Victoria Gomez and her team for what feels like weeks. Cajun Corey, hugs for ghetto Tugs.
I Carmen. No, but seriously, listen, not to throw my sister on the bus, but I'm going to. She's the only one in our neighborhood who got beat up. I never did.
Oh.
So, street cred.
Street cred. Thank you, Sam, for the super chat. Speaking of cred, Chrissy doing karaoke into a hypnotic bottle is peak white girl. Thank you very much. LeeAnn has to bounce. My God, this 2 hours absolutely flew by.
It flew by.
It did.
I don't
It
think
did.
we
I
even
didn't
got
even
to any
realize it was
topics.
11.
We have 0 topics. It's fine.
0
You know what, it's
topics
okay.
logged.
I feel like we talked about like so many different things. It's like a
I'm just
variety.
going to talk about my
It was a
street
lot.
cred.
Street cred. I'm telling you, listen.
How much street cred do I have? Okay, one
You
black
do.
girl.
I bet you anything, Chrissy.
Okay,
I could
here's
walk
my
in
street
New
cred.
York.
Ready? Are you ready for it? We had 2 delis at the middle school growing up.
See?
We referred to them as the regular deli and the Spanish deli. They were next to each other, and I was challenged to a fight by this black girl. I think her name was Shaniqua. And guess what? Guess who showed up for the fight, and guess who didn't? I showed up for the fight.
And
Guess who didn't?
Shaniqua didn't.
Shaniqua was
Everything
nowhere
fine.
to be
Yeah.
found. She couldn't handle all this. And thank God I didn't have to fight somebody that day, because I would have died. I would have perished.
You know what though? You showed up. That's the point. That's the point. That's what people don't understand. When I say like street cred, I mean like you showed up for the fight. I would walk home from the most
And
ghetto
guess where the
school
fight
ever and
took
not worry
place?
about it. Like, yeah.
By the Spanish deli. And let me tell you, the delis were like night and day. The white deli, we called it the regular deli, which just gives you a sense of where we were at. I'm talking bagels with white paper. I'm talking nice peach Snapples. Like that's where if your parents had money and they like gave you a $10 or $20 bill and you went and got your lunch, you'd get it from the regular deli. But if you were like scrapping together, like if you're like me or digging for coins like a raccoon out of like the family change bucket every day, you'd go to the Spanish deli where they had loose candy, like random. You could buy Lucy cigarettes there, but definitely like you could buy those juicy jugs. You could buy the Arizona iced teas.
Arizona
like I felt more like the Spanish deli was more my speed, comfort wise. Like I felt like those were mi gentes because I had 25 cents and I was like, how far can I make this go? You know? And but the kids with the pop collars and no stains on their clothes, they'd come out with their white deli bags with their Snapples and their bagels. And I was like, oh, isn't it nice to be you? But all the fights happened by the Spanish deli. Anyway, thank God she didn't show up because I would have fucking died because I had no skills. Anyway,
you know what though? The fact that you showed up shows balls, and that's what got you respect.
I did show up. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
online.
Shaniqua, if you're watching, I'm so happy you didn't show up because you would have kicked my ass.
That's the point, because she was a
Sobe. Thank you. The Sobe. Remember the Orbits drink? The drinks where you'd shake them and the balls would float around?
Yes.
Yeah. Sobe, Orbits.
Yep.
So the juicy jugs. The ones where you would twist off like the squeezy jugs.
Oh, Sobe.
The little like basically grenades full of juice grenades. Ugh. Like the quarter juicy jugs. My
They
God.
don't make Sobeys anymore? I
don't think so. I think a lot of these drinks got outlawed because a lot of them were like full of cancer and shit.
That's a bummer. I liked Sobe. I thought they were good. And what's Calypso? Is it Calypso? That's a good one too.
And those loose candies, fuck. I want to go back there and see how everyone's doing. Anyway, this has been a trip down memory lane. LeeAnn has to go.
Bye, LeeAnn.
LeeAnn, you're the absolute best. I wonder if I was close to you in Pennsylvania just now, where I was visiting a friend. But
no, I'm in Pittsburgh. I don't think
And
you
she
were.
got like crap face off of wine and didn't invite you.
I drank an entire bottle of wine at this place, my friend's house. They have like a gorgeous.
I don't think you were
huge-
close to Pittsburgh though. That's pretty far.
huge property. Insane. Like I'm potentially planning something very big and epic. Like
Yeah.
like culture making epic levels of amazing.
do tell.
But it's not even a thing yet, so I can't really talk about it.
But you're talking about it,
But if
rude.
it happens, it's gonna be epic. So anyway, LeeAnn, what's new? Tell us where people can
I'm just
find
streaming
you.
on Twitch and Kick. It's both at the same time. I'm playing Resident Evil tomorrow. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
Resident Evil. Any
You
other
sound
games
like
you like to
me.
play?
Like nothing's going on.
Nah. No. Well, I mean, all the other stuff I do isn't like no one can do anything. So I don't know. That's
anyway,
where,
you can find her on Twitter and on the Twitches. And if you want to find her on other links that I will not say because I don't want to get everybody banned, also there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I highly recommend because she's beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
I love following
Do your penis a favor and follow her on
Do
her
your
other
penis a
things.
huge favor.
Your
And
penis
even if
will
you
thank
can't-
you.
Listen, if you can't afford the links that shall not be named, the Twitter account.
Yeah, everything's on my Twitter, pretty
Has
much. Yeah, I'm actually gonna film myself painting tomorrow as well for that. Because I feel like that's probably more arousing than anything because it's so overdone. Like sexual things
sounds
are so
fun.
overdone. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna paint, and So
You know what, LeeAnn? People will still jerk off to that. I can guarantee you.
Well,
They'll be like,
it'll probably be better.
Mix that cadmium
Everything
red.
is so overly
Ooh.
sexualized. It's boring now. Like it's just
Titanium white.
boring. So I'm just gonna paint. Okay.
I can't paint, but
Topless probably, but still. Okay, I'm gonna.
Hey.
Follow
She's
LeeAnn.
got some good, nice. I've seen the pictures, not all of the
Got
pictures.
great
but, like,
knockers.
the
Great
Twitter
everything. Great
pictures,
opinion.
They're really nice. So do your pet her a favor.
Oh, thanks.
She's
We love you,
beautiful and she's
LeeAnn.
smart.
Oh yeah, I just want to tell you that I went to a fair the other day and they did not have that dress. I did not forget, but they just don't have it at any of the fairs I've been at.
It's
So
okay.
Really?
I'm still looking for that dress. So yeah,
You'll
if
have
I
to.
find one, fair season's not over yet, so there's still a
Oh
chance.
yeah, our fair season starts like end of September, early October. So
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to like 2 more, so hopefully they'll have it at one of them.
fingers crossed. Yeah.
But yeah,
If they
I
do,
didn't
they'll
forget.
do-
I just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you.
Did not forget, but
Oh, are these correct? Let's see.
have a swell night, guys. Thank you for having me, Chrissy.
Aw.
And you got to tell me
Love
about your
you.
epic thing, just not on here. So you're
I
just
will.
telling.
I'll DM you about the epic thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, DM me too. I want to know. I'm nosy.
I almost shouldn't have even mentioned it because I hate
I'll only
mentioning
tell my
a thing
boyfriend. I
before
promise.
it's a thing.
I'll only tell my dog,
See?
Okay, good.
and they
Same thing
can't
as a
talk.
boyfriend,
So.
really.
All right. Have a
It's-
good show, guys. Thank
Love
you for having me.
LeeAnn.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, it's gonna be like Content House but bigger.
Haunted
On
house.
that level.
Are you on a Halloween Horror Nights?
No.
I was gonna be like, bitch, you better give me free tickets.
To Halloween.
I miss Halloween Horror Nights. I love Universal so much. I love Universal.
That sounds fun. Mangas, I want to use that sniff video as my wedding song. Okay, that's inappropriate. No, don't do that.
Sniff video or snuff? Because those
Grim
are two different
Patakin. I have a complete set of orbits from 1997 with balls.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I want to see pics. Orbits drinks were like a very rare. It was like a drink with floating balls. This is pre bubble tea, pre things floating in your drink era. The orbits
Not
really were the
worms.
pioneers
worms
of
in the
things
tequila.
floating in your drink. Yeah.
Floating?
It was orbits and then coconut water, like the very Mexican coconut water with the big fucking chunks floating that were like not even fun because you couldn't even see them. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was like an opaque
You know
can. You're
what
like,
falls
I don't know
down?
what's in here. I can't
Getting
see
a
it.
floaty for your drink.
Yeah.
This thing works, fun fact. I was like, hey, boyfriend, can you blow this up? Like, I think it would be funny to be like, oh, I'm in a hurricane. I have a floaty drink. And it actually works.
Oh yeah.
So
How
that-
secure are you in your relationship, Tugs? Could your relationship withstand this woman?
Oh dear God.
No, absolutely not.
That is a man. First of all,
Could your relationship withstand Gorlock?
Gorlock is a man.
I have a public service announcement. Hide your man, hide your brothers, hide whoever, because bitch, I got lash extensions. You can't tell me shit right now. That's all I wanted to say. Hi, Frosty. So I have a public.
I love Gorlock's epic confidence.
Oh my
I love how she's like the
Lashes
reason
will
to
do
your
that.
man is lash extensions, not a weight loss, not a boob job, not lash
She's like,
extensions.
when you're a fat fuck,
Keep it
like
focused,
yes,
simple.
I have lash extensions. I can take over the world.
It's true.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I want to know how Gorlock got like turbo levels of confidence. How do I get it?
I don't know, but he's been so. I keep flip flopping back and forth because technically it's a man. Fun fact
Right.
for those of you who
It
don't
is a
know,
man.
surprise,
Hide your
that's a
man, hide your brother.
But you have to hide your man and your brothers from this.
Your brothers.
Oh my God.
If your man or brothers are going for this, well, then you know what? They were never yours. I don't know how Gorlock got so goddamn. I wish I could be a fourth as confident. Like this was probably her first video
He really
too.
is so confident. Like he went
I'm
on a
so
whatever
actually
podcast
jealous.
and
Yeah.
was like, I'm a 10 out of 10. And I was like, I mean, as a 5, I can't relate, but a 10 girl, like lady
Do you
girl,
think
lady
how
man
it
girl.
goes? You're so not even, you're not a 2, you're a 1. She's like a 0.3. Like you become so far in the other direction that it actually goes all the way around, and then you have the
I
confidence of a 10 again. Like it goes
I
so
mean,
far
maybe.
off the charts.
I
You're
think
back.
you're onto something.
He was so
Yeah.
adamant. He was like, I'm a 10. And even the hosts were like, really?
I'm so jealous of this person.
My favorite video is still the one where he's like, she is leaving the club.
Shim.
And they're like, I'm gonna go get McDonald's because I'm so sad because you guys. Nobody would hit on me. Like nobody would take me home.
This is a Gorlock video you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure Franco will find it in 2 seconds, but I was like dying.
Not even watching.
Because he was like, nobody would take me home and these men are shit and blah blah blah. Like basically that. And I was like, listen, honey, have you looked in a mirror? I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
Let's see.
If you've looked in
I wonder
any
if this is
mirror
like
at all.
a best
Or
of
a broken
Gorlock.
piece of glass. Like, no.
Let's see.
The Destroyer again. Did you see that?
Previously.
Oh no.
Says hallucinosis. Show Jabba the Hutt from the whatever podcast. I don't know what the fuck that is.
What?
I mean, I know
Or
it's
Kadala.
a podcast
He knows nothing. It's fine.
to a big city.
Come on.
Where is it? I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Oh wow.
That is horrifying.
Okay, this must be an old video.
You know, he's like,
yeah, that's the whatever
Because-
clip. That's the whatever when she was on the production whatever
shoulder.
podcast. Hold on, wait.
Hi, I'm Kiko. I'm
Aw. All right, I don't have time to go through this, but it was fun hanging out with Nick at Anime Matsuri. It was really cool. A lot they all came to the comedy show in Houston, and honestly, like, not that I get nervous for a show, but I was like, okay, I have to crush this because so many people I respect and like are at this show. It was like, you better not bomb, bitch. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to bomb, but I actually made it a point to like do specialty jokes and like little roasts of everybody that was there. Like I was roasted Camelot and Nick and I'm actually debating like putting this set out, like just posting it on YouTube because I did so much crowd work. Like I burned through almost no material. Like I think I did 2 or 3 jokes tops and the rest of this hour set was just crowd work. So I think I might I'm debating just posting it But I don't know.
I'm so curious. Like, is crowd work harder or are jokes harder?
It's different for everybody. Like for
I would
me,
say I feel like crowd work would
crowd
be
work is easier,
harder.
but it's more of a risk because it could like jokes are rehearsed and you know if they do well or not.
Right.
And you're not gonna do a
I mean,
joke.
you never
again.
know how your crowd's gonna react. So,
Yeah.
like, okay, for like instance,
Crowd work is
the
more
new-
risky.
New guy, up and coming, Matt Rife. I don't know if you've seen this stuff. Chrissy.
Yes, of course I know him.
I love him, but he does a lot. So, according to TikTok, anyway, he does a lot of crowd work, and that's what's clipped, right? And so, like.
Right.
He was in Spokane. My boyfriend's family went to go see him in Spokane. I was so jealous. But they were like, it was terrible. It was awful.
What?
No, it was bad because
all his crowd clips go so viral though.
Well, right, but because exactly. So his crowd work goes viral, and that's what people are expecting. So they were like, we were in a crowd full of people who were trying to be almost. It felt like they were trying to be famous. So they were like yelling stuff and whatever to try to get his attention. You know what I mean? And so like to try and go viral because he's viral for his crowd work, which he is and he isn't. Like he is, but he is.
I mean, his entire 2024 tour for
his crowd work,
all of next year is completely sold out. That's fucking
Yeah.
unheard of. Like he's retardedly successful. He's
Yep.
stupid hot. He dates hot influencer models. Like he's crushing it in all. He has upscale, like that top tier management that's packing out his whole calendar. It's like zero problem at all for him to book gigs. He's not like based or, you know, he's not speaking on anything that's not going to get him booked at any particular clubs. Like he's towing the line. I haven't heard anything that he said that's like spicy or based or anything.
He has done my favorite. I think it's on his. Is it Amazon? There's a documentary. I think it's on Amazon. Where he like makes fun of black people. Where he's like, "Listen, I'm a white guy. I don't know what you're talking about." And like he's like, I can yell at a cop and not have to worry about it. Where he kind of makes black people that way, and the audience is full of like black people, minorities. Because where he's at, I can't remember where he's at now, but it's on Netflix or it's on Amazon Prime. It's really good. It's really funny. And so, but he walks both lines, but it just was bonkers to me. I'm like, so on TikTok, that's all you see is like his crowd work, right? You flirt with the cell phones and like whatever. So hearing it from a personal standpoint from my mother-in-law,
someone who's
like,
seen him do an hour.
Yeah, she was like, it was awful because that was all the audience was trying to do was trying to get.
So it's
It
disruptive.
felt like they were trying to get famous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, here's a clip of Gorlock.
No, is that it? Yes.
I'm drive through the Jack in the Box on my way home, and to go fucking eat my feelings. Like what the fuck?
Oh no!
Like I'm literally a fucking 10. Because men fucking shit.
Oh no!
I'm in the fucking drive-through the Jack in the Box on my way home, and to go fucking eat my feelings. Like what the fuck? Like I'm literally a
Even at this
10.
drunken drive-through video, she's so confident.
She's like, I'm a freaking 10, and I'm like,
I wish I had as much confidence in one of her chins.
In the fucking drive-through the Jack in the Box on my way home.
First of all, Jack in the Box
she's
is
still
not
iconic.
overrated.
Yeah.
Overrated, Jack in the Boxes. But secondly, like, I'm a 10, and I like girl.
I love that. She's drunk, she's upset, she's rejected, but she's still going, I'm a 10. What's wrong with them? Oh, I love that. Gorlock
Men are the problem.
said.
Yeah.
Men are the problem. I've never once thought that men were the problem. I've literally 10 out of 10 times go, I am the problem. I am not what anybody wants or is looking for.
She's like, I've had 0 advances, but men are the problem.
Yeah, I saw the women that were getting hit on, and I see how different they looked than me.
But men are the problem.
Oh, God. Wow.
Chrissy, I heard something earlier today that I was like, I wonder what Chrissy thinks about this. So how many times a day do you think a child laughs or giggles?
A child? We're talking under 18?
A
Like
kid,
technical
a true
definition.
child.
How many times a day they laugh?
Yeah. On average.
I
So
guess it depends on the kid because there are some very serious kids who like just
Mm.
don't laugh and are
Right.
patient and studious. I mean, I would think it's more than an adult, so it's 20,
More.
50.
More.
Wait. Who's the creep that's out there measuring children's laughs? Who's out there with a clipboard and a jacket going, hello, children. Just laugh like you normally would. I'm going to mark it down.
It's actually 125. And I literally, when I heard it, I was like, I bet Chrissy's way over that.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely laughing.
Or at least you
every day.
think
But
something. You're not laughing, but you're saying people who are laughing.
That's true. Like if it's a show day, of course. And then sometimes I'll watch back clips and I will laugh at things I say. Like I'll laugh at myself, but I laugh at the dumbest shit. Like I will laugh. I'll look at if you look at my Instagram feed, it's like dog videos and kids falling down and leftover like bridal content.
Makes
yeah,
sense.
I am constantly laughing. Constantly.
I don't know. I just thought it was such a cool thing.
That's cool. I want to know who's measuring children's laughs though.
Yeah, that I don't know. I didn't catch the study. It was somebody in the healthcare
It's
industry.
an Epstein survey. Tim Smith, look up an image of scary stories to tell in the dark. Monsters identical to Gorlock. Oh, I remember those
not
images.
Tim.
They're burned
Thank
into
you.
my memory forever. I'll
No.
never forget that.
Tim,
First
no.
of all, no scale reads 10 when Gorlock steps on it. But
Okay,
Gorlock
wait, no.
is happy. You know what I mean?
We have a restaurant here in Vegas, in downtown, like where Fremont is, called the Heart Attack Grill. Where if
I've
you
heard of
step on
that.
the scale and you weigh a certain amount, I think it's 315. They might have lowered it, but either way, it's like 300 plus pounds. If you weigh that much, you eat for free. So
I've heard of that.
Have
Oh,
at it,
that's
Gorlock.
fabulous.
We love you.
I want to get Gorlock on the program. Captain High Rule. Who would you rather do, Gorlock or Hunter Biden?
Oh God.
Oof, honestly, Gorlock.
No, I would rather do Hunter Biden because he has the access to the good stuff.
Or because you've heard he has a big penis.
Yeah, have I heard that? I haven't heard that. Does he?
I've
Ew.
heard it.
Oh, maybe not then.
But he's
Maybe
so
something else.
gross and old.
I need weight loss drugs. It's fine.
But Gorlock, right? We don't know what equipment Gorlock is dealing with. Maybe I'll have to switch my vote back to Hunter. Elsa Barrett, if you had Gorlock's quote confidence, you'd also be 300 pounds and single. Look, I've been 150 pounds and single, and you might as well be 300 pounds because it's right up there. Austin Brown, is that an inflatable flamingo cup holder from 7-Eleven?
First of all, no, it's from TJ Maxx.
Oh, excuse
And
me.
yes, it's a flamingo inflatable cup holder.
Looks great.
It floats. I put it in the sink to make sure it floats. It actually does float.
Does it come with a little pink cup, or did you just have
it
that?
came with the cup. No, it came with the whole thing. It came with TJ Maxx. It was like $5.99 originally. It was on sale for $3, and I was like, "This would be great for my baths when I take a bath."
Or
like,
SimpCast,
right? Or hurricanes. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. I'm just recording your child's laughter from my study. Exactly.
Wow.
Lunatic. The video of Chrissy touching dog pee is hilarious. Look. Okay. You know what? I tend to get drunk and go on Flashcast. Okay. That is something that I am dealing with. Thank you, though.
You tend to get drunk and touch dog pee.
I did not touch the dog pee with my hands. I touched near it.
Oh.
Are you the last person in America to see Hunter's pipe? I've seen it. I have seen the pipe. Excuse me.
It's
I
not
could not stop looking at the laptop photos when they came out. Okay, this is pre-election. I was all up in that website that they tried to shut down. I was looking at all of them.
The Hunter's pipe photos, not that impressive, I'm just gonna say.
I have seen them all. I looked at all of the unflattering, like double chin photos. I've seen them all. Couldn't stop. Couldn't get enough of them. Couldn't look away.
No.
Okay, so we looked at that. This is interesting. There's been talk of, they're always trying to separate us, and I think people like to fantasize what would happen if we were all separated into all our little individual communities. Russia may build a village for American conservatives.
Why? They're in Russia.
What? I don't know.
Oh,
I guess plans are in place to build a village in Moscow, the Moscow region, for conservative Americans and Canadians, according to a Russian state media outlet. The Kremlin-backed RIA Novosti news agency on Thursday reported on the community that caters to expatriates with, quote, traditional values, writing that construction is expected to begin next year. While Russia is at odds with the U.S. government, especially in regards to the war in Ukraine, Putin has taken up causes favored by many Western conservatives. He has signed legislation that restricts LGBTQ rights, and he has enjoyed a closer relationship with Trump rather than Biden. That makes sense. Russian state-operated media outlets also give Trump a favorable coverage and often air clips from right-wing pundits critical of the war in Ukraine, including Tucker Carlson. I mean, that all seems fine. RIA.
1980 me would be like, no, but
I don't know. It's not the worst thing.
Like,
maybe if it's that or like fucking LA or Portland, okay. RIA Novosti quoted Timur Baslangarov, a partner of Vista immigration law firm who assists foreign investors in obtaining residency and citizenship in Russia, as saying about 200 families want to immigrate to Russia for ideological reasons. Okay, the lawyer spoke about the planned project for conservative expats at a legal forum in St. Petersburg, according to RIA Novosti, saying the regional government in Russia has approved plans for the village. Baslangarov reportedly said traditional Catholics are among the 200 families from the United States and Canada that are looking to move to the Russian village because they very strongly believe in the prophecy that Russia will remain the only Christian country in the world. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard they're extremely based when it comes to trans and gay shit. No Russian officials have announced plans for the village, but Baslangarov said the Moscow region administration has signed off on the project. He also said the community will be financed by the relocating families. As for why Westerners are seeking to relocate to Russia, they cited the spread of progressive values. Today, they have 70 genders. It is not known what will happen next. Many normal people emigrate, including considering Russia, but they face huge bureaucratic problems of Russian migration legislation.
They have 70. Are they talking about us? We have 70 genders?
Yes, they're talking about, I think we
fair.
have 70 genders. I don't think they have 70 genders in Russia.
No. I don't believe that.
I just don't think that Americans will be like welcomed with open arms to Russia.
No.
There's a little bit of trepidation.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I like the idea of go live where your values are represented.
100%.
Like people are like, oh, there was a New York Times article going around like we need to have entirely black states, and people are upset. I'm like, you know what? Like try it out. Take a couple of states, make them all black, see how it does. Like,
yeah, why not?
Can't we all just move to where we want to live and see how that goes?
Yeah. I mean, hey, turn Louisiana all black, Georgia all black. Like, hey, why not? See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
I don't know. There's a lot of Russian brides that are here. So,
yeah.
You know what? Kudos to the Russian brides who took advantage of a situation. Not mad. Not mad at it.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but I'm not mad at it. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was easy. Figure that out. Let's see. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about. Okay, what is this? I didn't even watch this. I'm just gonna play this for the first time on the show.
Oh God, who is this?
This was in the chat. I don't even know what this is.
Okay, witchcraft update. As you know, I challenged Witch Talk to
Oh,
hex
God.
and curse me as much as they could to prove that nothing would happen. Unfortunately, a fly flew down my throat while I was streaming live and everyone saw it. And I can't really speak very easily now. And I also can't perform in the bedroom. I think maybe I'm in trouble. I'm not going to take it lying down, and I am not apologizing. I am calling upon Christian Talk to pray for me. That's
Wow.
right, witches. What are you going to do now? Jesus is on my side. Christians, pray for me as hard as you can. And witches, curse me as hard as you can. And we'll see who's more powerful.
What a weird use of your time.
I think, is he a comedian?
Alex Biron is his
I
name.
don't know. But I've seen a couple of them, and that's why I sent it. I thought it was so funny. I think somebody is completely brave that will go out there and say, "Hey, witches!"
Yeah, that is nerve-wracking. I wouldn't do that shit.
Oh my gosh. Tugs is like, I would.
No, heck no.
I thought you were saying the opposite. I was just so impressed with his bravery and how he was completely ignorant to the entire spiritual aspect of it. But like, hey, the Christians are praying for me, so I've got this.
Look at this. Somebody said, looks like the one of the curses are already taking effect. His eyes are turned down and red.
Here's the thing. Just because the Christians will pray for you does not mean you are going to be saved.
Yeah, you don't mess with powers and principalities.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
So a fly flew down his throat. I mean, what are the odds of that happening?
It's kind of like Mike Pence. Remember, he had that fly on him?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bring up another one of his TikToks to see what this guy is all about. Alex Biron.
Yeah, I think he's doubled and tripled down on it. I've only seen 2 of his videos.
Okay, he looks great. Okay, so all right, he's trying to deal with like witch TikTok, which is
Good luck, buddy.
I can't imagine a weirder use of your time. All right, let's see what he's got to say.
Update on my battle with the witches of TikTok. As you know, I challenged them to come at me as hard as they could. If by the end of the month they win, I'll be dead. If I'm still alive, they have to call their dads. Carol from Illinois sent me this lovely jar with some hair, herbs, red stuff at the bottom. As instructed, I've been keeping that next to my bed. Nothing much has happened so far. There's just a strong sulfuric rotten egg smell surrounding our home, but for Southeast Calgary, that's pretty normal. Thank you to Christian Talk for continuing to pray for me. You're probably the only reason I'm still alive. I'm doubling down. I don't think the witches have what it takes. And I'm even going to invoke the power of vampire talk. Any energy vampires out there, bring it on. And Jewish people, if you want to help me, I'm not saying no to that. I am at the nexus.
I mean, he actually looks better here than in that video where the thing flew down his throat. So maybe he's not doing good. Like, he looks worse here.
Which one was first?
Oh,
The other one.
Oh.
Look, hold the effing phone. He looked bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in this.
I agree with you.
In this video. Look how bushy-tailed and bright-eyed he looks.
Oh, yeah.
Totally, like, alive, awake, well-rested. And then now look at this one, the video where the fly goes down his throat. He looks a hot mess.
Okay, witchcraft.
Look at that.
And then somebody put up there, was the bird not a good enough sign? It makes me wonder what the whole bird story is.
Click it.
I don't like that. I'm not trying to piss off witches in my life. I'm trying
No
to steer
kidding.
clear. Like, wow. Interesting. Maybe could happen. One of the January 6ers, Evan Newman, claimed asylum in Belarus. Oh, wow. Wow. It's such bullshit what these guys have to go through. Push-ups. Soviets had a village for American communists in the 30s. They found a bunch of their bodies in a mass grave in the 90s, and they're still looking for the rest.
Right.
Wow, way to bring the room down, push-ups. Interesting. You always know so many random little facts, little factoids. Yeah, I understand what he's doing. He's probably trying to make it seem like witchcraft isn't really real and it has no effect. And he's probably like, do your worst, because I think it's bullshit. But why would you want to like tempt dark, like, I don't know, dark powers towards you, even if they're 2% strength?
Yeah.
Why would you want that pointed at you?
Yeah, no, thank you. 100% agree. I remember being in like really amazing hotel in LA once and sitting down with a gentleman, and he was talking about how he literally went out to prove that evil didn't exist, and it was the most horrifying experience of his life because he did this documentary on it and how it actually showed up for him and how he has such respect now.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So it does exist.
Powers and principalities, don't mess with them, man.
Yeah, why would you try to attract more of that? All right, let me see if I can pull Gorlock. We did Gorlock. We did Garth Brooks possibly being a murderer. Okay, this is interesting. Guy found his stolen bike outside the store. Has an unexpected ending. Let's see. I have not watched this yet. Let's see what happens.
Hey, you riding that bike out there? Where'd you get it? Stolen from my house. Bullshit, you've had it. You stole it from my house 2 weeks ago. I'm calling the police right now, brother. Call the police right now. You want to give it back? You want me to call the police? Which one?
I paid $10 for it.
Well, who'd you pay $10 for? I'm calling the police. Let's move out of here so we don't bother the store people. Because I'm calling the police. Pick or choose.
Take the fucking bike, dude. I paid $10.
You're damn right I'm taking it.
Oh,
so you gotta watch out for your friends, man, because you're gonna get you in trouble.
I literally paid $10 just to get back and forth to work.
I don't, you motherfucker. Can I take? Sorry, dude. Can I take down your number then? I don't want to cause you not to get to work. My bike got stolen. Right from last week. Second time it's got stolen. I know it's my bike. I built it. Have witnesses. Have the serial number at home. So I'm willing to take down your number, Bob, so you can get to work. But I need my bike back.
Wow.
So I don't want to take it right now. If you really are using it
wow.
How's that going to give me to work?
I'm not going to take it now, but I want your number so I can get it eventually when we can arrange a bike for you. I know, but I'm saying I'll let you, since I know it's for work.
This guy is way too forgiving.
That's a good person. That is the definition of a good person.
I have a bike at home I'm working on. So once I get that one going, then I'll be fine to let you have it. But I just can't let it go by. So if you have a number, and we'll exchange numbers right now, and I'm fine, dude. I didn't mean to come in yelling at you, but it's pissed me off, having your shit stolen,
Aww.
Wow, that is the definition of being the bigger person. I mean, that guy could have been full of shit. I don't trust people, so I'm about to be like,
same.
oh,
That's a
he
good
pulled that out
person.
of his ass.
Yeah. That's a good person.
Wow.
And he's like, I'm building another bike right now. You could have it, and then you give me that one back.
The fact that he came in to confront this guy instead of like, I don't know,
taking the bike,
taking it back, or like, yeah. Some people in the chat think this is fake.
Well, and that's what, like, I always go to that as well, which is, I hate that we get to that place.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the same thing when I was watching that influencer in the bookstore. Who knows?
Oh, right. That it's just because who sets up a video of them looking at books at Barnes and Noble?
Well, and it's like she wasn't holding the video, so somebody was on her right at one point, and then somebody's straight on at another point. Those are a lot of, like, as a producer, I know that you have to set up shots.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to set up a shot of me in Barnes and Noble, and then watch no one will try to sniff me. I'll be so annoyed. I'll just be like, what? I'll do lunges. I'll walk around in short shorts, and I'll have no takers.
I doubt that, Chrissy.
You know what? I don't know. Maybe my best sniffing years are behind me. Who knows?
Well, good timing for being married then.
Maybe maybe I have to make Frank sniff it. Austin Brown, all belief has effect. Need Melanie's take here. Oh yeah, I think she would agree with you on that.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yep. Like dinosaurs are mentioned. Dinosaurs are mentioned in the Bible. Demons are mentioned in the Bible. They go by they, them.
The firmament is mentioned.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Oh yeah.
I am 100% on the flat earth. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. I've been that way for a while. I don't care. I don't care what you got. I don't care the evidence. Like, I feel better knowing that the earth is flat.
100%. When I was little, I was like,
It's just one giant charcuterie board. It's fine.
Like, who the fuck cares? I don't know. I take every chance I get to like pop my head into the pilot's area and be like, hey, psst, is it flat or not? You can tell me, you know? And they're like, ma'am, can you please deboard?
The pilots are actually taught not to talk about chemtrails, but they're not taught anything about flat earth.
Wow. They know. They probably know. They're like, we have to keep our fucking jobs, so we can't talk about the flat earth.
So true.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
the
they don't come after the flat earthers like they come after other people.
Pardon?
They don't come after the flat earthers like they come after other people.
That's true.
They're like, oh, it's so stupid. Because it's not a threat to like their regime. Anyway.
I loved your interview with Owen Benjamin.
Oh, he's fun to talk to. People get very fired up.
I love following him.
Get upset that I even talked to him. It's very interesting, this whole like anyone you talk to, you have to answer for. Like anyone you interview, that must mean that you align with and agree with everything they say. It's like a very small group of people that feel this way, but
talking about this. Go girl, go.
It's so strange to me that you have to like either of you two, like if you were to have a spicy take, someone could be like, oh, you had Tugs on and she said this, how dare you? And it's like, we're having conversations. That doesn't mean if you have someone on and you talk to them, that doesn't mean you agree with 100% of their takes. How insane would that be if I just had people on that how could you possibly vet and make sure everyone agreed with you on every single thing before you have them on? And like people are so fucking dumb. The people who complain about that like clearly don't really talk to very many people who disagree with them on stuff.
100% agree. It's something that like honestly you really do wrestle with. At least I do, because I think I want to provide as much truth as I can for people. And part of that is having a discourse with people you disagree with, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would have anybody on, even Bronca. Like if someone like wants to come on and like have a good faith discussion, if someone's just coming on to fight, that would be exhausting to me and like a waste of time and not fun. But I mean, obviously, if you come on in good faith and it leads to a fight, that's one thing. But like, don't come on to fight. I just don't enjoy fighting.
So has there been somebody that you've had on that you had like you almost wanted to erase it?
No, never. If anything, I've had people on where I feel like it's a lot of work to like keep a conversation going, and I really have to like dig to get nuggets out for like. That's the point of an interview, is to get somebody rolling on something where they can rant or they can go off on a topic. But the least fun interviews and conversations are where like someone will reply with like one sentence or like one word, or you're like, oh my God, like just go off on something, please.
Like, I make you an open-ended question.
Where are your passions? Like, what are you fired up about?
So something that I've gotten fired up about lately is that, do you remember that really like award-winning movie, The Blind Side?
Yes.
Okay. So they're literally in court right now. Did you know this?
No.
So Michael Orr, who is the NFL player that was adopted by them, apparently instead of signing an adoption, he signed a conservatorship.
Oh.
And they still have it, and he's going to court to get rid of it. At least from what I understand. Like I said, like earlier, like we don't know what's really happening, but they are going to court. And to me, it's like, why would he even have a conservatorship?
I would like to find more information about this. That sounds really interesting.
So do you remember that movie? Is so good.
Yes, it was a long time ago.
Yes, it was like 2010, 2011. And Michael Oher's like in his 30s now, and he's supposedly suing them, and the Tuohys are worth like 200 million or some crazy number. And I remember just reading it and going, what? Why in the hell are they in a conservatorship?
Well, that and like Sandra Bullock is being canceled because she played the role. And, oh my god!
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there was like a big thing where like people are trying to cancel her because he came out and it was like, well, actually, they were semi-abusive or whatever. It was that he said, and they're like, well, Sandra Bullock needs to turn in her Oscar. She's not worthy.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, she didn't know. She just got the script of what this story was supposed to be. Like, how was she supposed to know?
Viking. Flat earthers are allowed, just never question the 6 million number. Oh, that's funny. That sounds like another.
And
oh,
so
Benjamin
so
talking point.
apparently, like the family is saying they didn't make any money off of the movie except for 200 grand, and they split it 5 ways or whatever. And then they're saying that he tried to shake them down for $15 million, like on some text message, but then it didn't happen. And so then he said, like, I'm going to go after you guys for more. Crazy to me, because like at the same time that this was happening, everyone kept sending me messages. Like I got an email almost every day saying, is this story about you? Because that's when I was helping the guys out of jail.
Oh,
and
wow.
No, it has nothing to do with me. They're like, it's your story. And I'm like, yeah, it's my story.
All right.
So
Here's the story. Yeah, they tricked these parents never adopted him. They tricked him. The couple tricked him into signing a document to make them his conservators, which gave them legal authority to make business deals in his name. Jesus. The petition further alleges that the two Tuohys used their power as conservators to strike a deal that paid them and their 2 birth children millions of dollars in royalties from the Oscar-winning film that earned more than $300 million, while Oher got nothing for a story that would not have existed without him. They've continued calling the 37-year-old their adopted son and have used that assertion to promote their foundation, as well as LeeAnn Tuohy's work as an author and motivational speaker. Wow. Woo! That's dirty.
Wow.
What's going to happen?
I don't know.
Dang, it was a great movie.
It was a good movie.
Okay. Let's see what's gonna happen. So he's suing the family, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, what's
And
gonna
what's crazy is the family
happen?
saying, "Oh, we'll give up conservatorship. All he had to do was ask." But why wouldn't they just give it up?
Why did they need it in the first place?
So this is interesting too, because what happened was they were saying, oh, the reason we had to do that was because he was over 18 and we had to adopt him, and it's just easier to do a conservatorship. But actually, there's all these lawyers that were saying no, like to do an adoption, all you have to do is a petition. It's very simple. As long as the true parents are willing to sign off on it, there's usually no problem. And so it's very suspicious to me. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's very strange.
Okay, they eventually asked him to move in. At first, I guess he would spend the night at their home, took him shopping, and then they asked him to move in. They encouraged him to address them as mom and dad. They plan to adopt him. Weird. Makes you want to rewatch the movie.
I love it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
It ruins the movie now.
Yeah, and the people are actually fighting about it online. Like, people I really respect. Some of them are like, this is BS. Like, I can't believe Michael Oher's having to go through this. And then other people are defending it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But it's like a story that's kind of close to my heart because it was happening at the same time I was working with the guys out of jail and we were doing the movie. And it was very similar story. But I would
can't
never.
believe someone other than Britney Spears has had a conservatorship. I mean, like, this is a
For
thing.
real.
Marcus Henry, how would gravity even work if the Earth was flat? Apparently, it's not about gravity; it's more about density.
Yeah, it is
That's what
density.
flat earthers. That's what flat earthers say.
Ah, Chrissy.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I remember literally being a kid and asking my dad this because I was like, I don't get it. Like, if I was in the tilt-a-whirl and we're going around and we're like flat to the back and it drops down, like everything's being thrown out, not in.
Right. And then there's a difference between centrifugal and centripetal force. I don't fucking know what it is, though. And I don't do those rides anymore because I don't know. I turned a certain age and I was like, I cannot spin around
Nope.
anymore. I don't know
I
when this
will-
happened.
Yeah.
I went from doing all the rides, being down, being fun, being down for whatever. And now it's like, if I spin once, I'm done for the whole fucking day.
Yep. Same.
I can go up and down, I can do a roller coaster, but if I spin and you go to these fairs, so many of these damn rides involve spinning around for some reason. I don't know if it's cheaper to spin than to go up and down, but and loops, but like I cannot spin. I will not spin. I'm done spinning. My spinning years are behind me. Jeremy David Gorlock is the king of density. Yes, she is. Oh my God. And let's see.
I've never heard of him until today.
Gorlock?
Oh. Yeah.
Where have you been?
I don't know. Apparently.
And one more from Post Malone. I guess he's a big Magic the Gathering fan. He bought the One Ring card, which is valued at as high as $2 million.
Wow.
He's losing weight, I guess. Last year, American rapper and singer Post Malone dropped $800,000 on a rare Black Lotus card signed by the artist who drew it, making it the most expensive Magic the Gathering card purchase ever until now. He may have paid as much as $2 million for the One Ring, a one-of-a-kind card released in June, according to the lore in J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. The One Ring was forged in the fires of Mount Doom for the dreadful sorcerer Sauron. However, through fate or fortune, perhaps both, the trading card embodiment has landed in the hands of an unlikely hero, Mr. Malone. He purchased the single print card from TikTok user Brooke Trafton, who posted a video on social media Tuesday after finding the card in the video, which has racked up nearly 4 million views. Trafton's hand shakes as he examines the card. Look what I found. Let's go, Trafton wrote. The card was found to be in mint condition when it was rated by the Sports and Trading Card Grading Company, Professional Sports Authenticator, or PSA. Here it is. Isn't it beautiful?
Look at that. Good
this
for
does
them.
not look like a $2 million
Right.
situation to me, but what do I know?
You're like, if it was real gold and embossed.
The purchase price for the card has not been disclosed, but the gaming news site, The Gamer, reported that the card received a $2 million bounty when it was first released in the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth set in late June. Trafton wrote in a TikTok post that he has played Magic the Gathering since childhood and was tempted to keep the card for himself, but he said, for a guy like me, being able to sell it is life-changing. I just really hoped it would go to someone who would appreciate it as much as I do. A diehard Magic fan, Malone shared his story of spending $800,000 on one of the game's rarest cards, the Black Lotus, signed by the card's artist Chris Rush, while on the Howard Stern show in late June of 2022. He even has cards made in his honor. Wizards of the Coast, creators of the game and a subsidiary of Hasbro, dropped the Enchanter card in 2021, according to PSA. All right, so he's like a known Magic the Gathering nerd. That's kind of cute. Wow. Wow, he's like instantly coming. Why would you want this? I don't understand. Trafton shared a video Wednesday on TikTok and on X Corp, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, which shows him meeting Malone for the sale of the card. Yeah, I'll take it, Malone said before laughing and hugging Trafton. Trafton said the rapper's purchase changed his life and that he's forever grateful. This is my dream come true. Meeting Post Malone and him buying the One Ring card for me is literally a moment straight out of a fairy tale. I mean, you know what? If he has that money to spend on this nerdy ass card, then good for him. And you know what? Clearly the guy has $2 million now, and I don't know, maybe he can live off that.
They both look really happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Good
y'all
for
ever
them.
spent even more than $50 for a card?
I actually did spend
Like a Pokemon card or something?
I spent $50 on a tiny Gina Carano Mandalorian action figure. Like when she first like got canceled, I like panic purchased that for some reason. I was like, I need to have this. This is going to be worth millions.
Where is it?
It's actually back here.
You must see it.
This is the hardly nerdy, but this is and I thought it would be huge, but it's like it's literally this big.
I thought it would be Barbie size, right?
And I was like, oh my god, I need to have the cartoon.
That's awesome.
And it's just sat. It's covered in dust. It's just sat back there for 2 years.
It's got wobbly hairs on it.
Yeah, that's my journey. Maybe I'll sell it to Post Malone in a few years.
Right?
Luke, Blanche, Viva, and Barnes talked her tonight. Guy's a grifter. Oh,
so that's the football player. I don't know.
Football player's a grifter?
I don't know, but I just think the whole thing is very suspicious. Why put him in a conservatorship? I don't get it.
Yeah, I'll have to look more into that.
There's always like there are three sides to the stories, like, right?
True.
His and God's.
Rabned says, wait until Malone starts morphing into a malnourished creature with large eyes and sharp, jagged teeth and starts calling the card his precious. True. That'd be fun to see. I mean, he is getting thinner, so we'll have to check on him. Oh my goodness, gals. This has been an interesting show.
Thank you.
I can't wait to take a shower. I literally have 3 hours driving in a car stink all over me, so I can't wait to just take off my shorts and shower. This has been a great show.
Thank
It was
you.
good to see you ladies. I love and adore you both. And of course, LeeAnn, who has left us.
LeeAnn was
Carmen,
like, I'm going to bed.
yeah.
Night, Las Vegas.
Carmen, tell the good people of the internet where they can find you and what is coming up.
They can just follow me on Twitter or on my YouTube channel, Carmen Smith Studer on YouTube and Carmen Studer on Twitter. And nothing exciting is going on like tugs, right? Same.
Oh yeah, we're underwater. Clearly.
No. Yeah, good luck in the hurricane.
I don't have a hurricane coming my way though. Just 111 degrees.
Oh, well, we have that on a normal basis, so I feel you.
Oh. Yeah, don't get washed away.
Oh, try not to.
Tugs! What's coming up? Where can people find you?
I don't have anything scheduled coming up, but you can follow me on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram. Same thing, TugLife, that sort of variant-ish. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Trying to survive this hurricane. I tell you what, the disappointment. Other than that, yeah, that's it. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, same old.
I love it. I love you, lady. Thank you for joining me on this evening.
Love you.
Thank you to the chat for all your simping and comments and super chats. We love you. We adore you. We will see you next Sunday, as always. Thank you for watching SimpCast. We'll see you soon.